Searching begins, find yourself within. Take up your blade, let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid, make your destiny will find you and me. Friends at your side, may the globe with bright. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Hello, checkers and pleasers alike. Whatever you identify as.
Whether you identify as a checker or a pleaser.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in between.
I don't have a...
We're not here to judge.
A
cheeser?
Yes,
We don't kink shame here.
I don't think we want a
What's in
cheeser.
between a check and a please?
Cheese.
Cheese?
No.
Cheese. We did
Fucking.
it.
Check
Welcome
fucking
to
please.
Check Please, the D&D live show. I'm your DM Beardy, and down here are my lovely players.
Hello, my name's Keni. I play Risen the Fateweaver. Whoosh.
Hello everyone, I'm Foaly and I play Kurla, the Half-Orc Life Oracle.
I'm Xeno. I play Vera, the cultist swarmonger.
I'm Skrewy. I play Petravian, the Hivekeeper Paladin of Eden and Mellifera.
And I'm Grem, and I play Lovette the Cheeser.
And with that, let's roll. So last time, the party entered the city of Xin'an and managed in short order to cause a bit of a ruckus. The local powers that be sentenced the group to about a month behind bars, but gave them the opportunity to plead their case to the only power within the city that could overturn that sentence, the Silver Dragon. Going to the palace and donning masks as part of the tradition, the group entered the palatial house and ended up dealing with some mind games before finally locating the Silver Dragon. Currently, the group is in the city of Xin'an, in the Silver Palace, on the evening of the 31st of October, the Feast of Owen.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, you know what? Kurla and Vera definitely got the short straws when getting the outcomes of those mind games, I will say.
Yeah?
I particularly loved Skrewy's.
Everyone seems to be a lot nicer. Except for Risen wasn't very happy deciding to
Comfortable.
fake with or dance with fake Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't trust that shit. I mean, I didn't trust it the minute we walked into the room. Because I was just like, all right, I know Beardy. What would he have here? A trap!
I mean,
Trap.
Lovette definitely won on the outcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Was the food tasty at least?
Oh, yeah.
Food
Food
even
was,
real.
the food was delicious. Absolutely.
Should we
Was
review
it all
what
in
the
my
traps
head?
were?
I mean, if you'd like, yeah, you can review what the traps were.
Skrewy
So-
got... Oh, beg your pardon. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Skrewy was assaulted by a large number of platters of food that would not let him leave. Vera was
Stalked by a dragon.
stalked by a dragon, visions of a dragon. Risen got to dance with Jiro, but it wasn't Jiro, it was a Jiro impersonator of some description. Kurla got stuck in a circle of people with a boar who wouldn't listen to what Kurla was trying to say, and Lovette got seduced by Mrs. Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah,
maybe.
Pretty
You know, also, I'd like to make a slight correction. I don't. Petravian wasn't initially standing directly next to those platters of food. There was a time when we were at a distance, and we communicated that, you know, that distance. It was important to keep that distance. I'm just really.
I
too
went
good.
to look for the. I was not looking for platters of food.
You say
I
this.
was looking for
You know, you
servants.
say this. You seemed plenty happy you found them.
I am.
That's true.
I.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
It
Well,
was adorable.
Once the first one of you sort of broke through and ended up going around and pulling everyone else out of their individual manifestations of what they were seeing, the group comes together and you see a human-looking woman wearing a long, fine silver and white dress, accented in black. It appears to be made of silk, with metal plates worked into it like the scales of a fish. A black scarf is wrapped around her neck, trailing behind her like twin tails, and her face is mostly covered with a silver mask depicting that of a smiling fox. Her eyes shine through it with an otherworldly blue light. And she says, "Welcome to the Court of Masks, travelers. I am Lanyan of the Celestials."
How similar does she look to the woman in the room that I was just with?
Not altogether similar.
Okay.
No, you sort of mentally created that image yourself.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling that was the idea, but I wasn't sure.
Kurla is going to drop their best bow in the manner of what they've witnessed Juro doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Follow suit.
That would be the same.
And it was Lanyan?
Lanyan is what she said, yes.
Lanyan.
I will forget this.
Speaking of forget, I'm trying to remember what the hell we're here for. I
Kurla
got so
will-
caught up in pretty ladies.
Kurla will speak in kind of a shaky voice, but they will address this individual and say, "Given what we have witnessed of your people's emphasis on time, I would not presume to waste yours telling you what you already know. But if you wish it, I can convey why we have come before you." Then Kurla will wait for permission.
For real though, what are we here for? Does anyone?
Okay,
Please.
we're about to get thrown in prison. We're pretty much trying to just get permission
Right,
to
I
be
remember
in the
that part.
country so that we can
Yes.
go
With
talk
permission. Okay, it wasn't.
We're getting
anything beyond
absolved
that.
of our
our crimes.
of our crimes. Mounting
Most
crimes.
noble, honorable Union,
Did-
if we may,
Young,
we only
young.
wish to... Yeah, what?
So
So
no answer from.
Yeah, was there no answer for
Yeah.
what Kurla said?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a question in that. I apologize.
Kurla will have basically asked if they. Do you want to say it again? I don't know if I can. Basically, they were asking if they should explain why they were there, but they also were saying sort of respectfully that they don't want to waste the person's time by explaining to them what they already know.
Oh, okay. In that case, she regards you and says, "I have been alive for more than 6 centuries. I am not in a rush to go anywhere. You may speak freely."
Kurla will sort of look towards Lovette, since Lovette was starting to pipe up as well.
Well, then as you very well know, our presence here is normally an affront to your laws, and we wish to respect this balance. However, we are here on a mission of utmost value to the entire empire, we believe, and we wish for your sanction so that we may continue our mission to postpone our sentence to a later date.
It is, I should emphasize, a sentence that we are prepared and quite happy to pay, but such is the direness of our situation that it would be in the best interests of all that it be delayed.
Or we can appeal it, like the...
So you come here, foreigners, Westerners, entering our empire, and within a day of entering a city, you find yourselves faced with jail time?
It is not.
And you wish me to postpone this so that you may carry on your quest?
We wish to know what it would be worth to you that we may do for you.
What? What?
What? No,
We
wait.
do not come in intending disrespect to you or to your people, your society, your laws. And if we have evinced disrespect, then we owe you a great apology. But the time that we have cost you and your people, measured in minutes, is nothing compared to the time that will be lost if we are not permitted to continue. And Kurla will pause and look towards Riz.
Yeah, Riz is raising their hand.
What's that one doing?
They're taking a page out of Petravian's book.
Perhaps you should start from the beginning and assume that I have not received some sort of file on all of you, and that you're in fact strangers who have walked into my home.
Hello.
Hi.
We are Fortune's favor. We recently found out that the Deadlands that were created during a war very, very long ago is now spreading and will slowly encompass the entire world. And also this being who created part of the Deadlands, named Marcus the Betrayer, who used to be alive, is now back again, and we want to prevent the whole world from being killed by these Deadlands because it will eat the entire world. And I can show people because I am a seer.
You say you are touched with the sight, and
Yes.
that has given you forewarning of this tragic thing that will come to pass?
I mean, the completion of it? Yes, but we have already seen it spreading currently.
Do you know what stopped the invasion of these lands?
I would assume it to be your great emperor.
That would be the common folks' understanding of what happened that day, yes.
There was a being like yourself who was also part of the war back then that we've seen in a vision.
That's true. That being happened to be my father.
Riz just gives a bow in respect to acknowledging him.
His sacrifice saved this empire and allowed for the peace that it now enjoys. And I see the lot of you saying that that peace is now broken.
It is threatened. It has not yet been broken, and we intend to prevent that.
Then why has it changed now for the first time in centuries?
This
See-
betrayer is back.
The magics that held it together are unraveling, and the Kindau magics we do not understand, as I'm sure you know. If we want to prevent them from unraveling as well, we must understand them.
So, what exactly are you hoping to find here?
Years and years ago, there was 2 spells that hit each other that caused the mega spell that created the Deadlands. One from Prota and one from Kintao, as far as we understand the factors of the Deadlands. We need to know what the spell was that was the other half of the mega spell.
She considers your words, thinks about them in silence for a moment, and then speaks up. It was no spell. As I told you, my father saved Kintao that day.
With great respect to your father and his sacrifice, we do not understand. Can you please explain it to us?
I may understand. This has put us in an impasse.
We had been under the impression that it was the confluence of two distinct spells, not a spell and a celestial being, and this is not something that I personally understand, so an explanation would be greatly valued and appreciated, please.
When when one of my kind attains a state of perfect harmony, of total balance within themselves, they're able to call upon the energy of the world around them. They are able to allow the world to flow through them freely, and through that enact great power. My father was able to do that. He used his abilities that day to save this empire.
Was that knowledge passed to any?
It's not a matter of knowledge. It's a matter of total harmony with the universe. And it's not something easily learned.
Do not believe it would be. It would appear that what we are coming to ask you for may require much greater sacrifice from you or your people than we believe or intended.
That level of harmony is beyond me.
Is there
Only, as I said, I'm barely over 6 centuries old. I'm just scratching the surface of how all of that works.
How old does someone have to be?
It's not just age, but my father at the time of his death was a little over 2,000.
Please forgive my ignorance. I'm rather slow. How did he save the Empire? What did he do? You say he...
Flourished words do not work well with Petravian.
As far as I understand what happened there, since I was not present myself, is that he channeled the energy of the world to counter whatever the enemy had done.
So, the opposite of the other spell.
But
I am not sure. As I said, I was not there. None on the Kintao side survived that day.
Are there any amongst your kind who do possess that level of insight and power who could further our knowledge of such things?
There is one. My mother. But she is resting.
for how long?
That is up to her.
Yeah, okay.
May we seek audience with her?
I can do it to
There are many who seek audience with her. Her shrine is a popular pilgrimage site.
If the sake of the world still existing is high priority, it would be a crime against all civilization for us not to seek her out.
It seems that you are aware of the magnitude of our threat. Truly, I trust your judgment on whether this is a necessary step.
May I ask, Your Celestial Majesty, do you believe us?
I have been alive long enough to see strange things. You are among the strangest, and your tale is there with it. I'm not sure I believe you, but you have little reason to come here and lie to me in my home.
This is true.
And you have asked nothing truly of me, so I have no reason to lie to you. You're welcome to visit my mother's shrine and plead whatever you wish.
We simply wanted to travel legally through this country so that we were causing the least amount of problems.
And also also delay the payment of our debt to this city in terms of the time of incarceration.
We are fully willing to take it, obviously. It's just the fate of the
When-
world is more important.
When
Sad.
we
What you're
have
saying, if what you're saying is true, and the world hangs in the balance, making you stay here for a month would be disastrous.
Mhm.
And if you leave here and fail, and the world is destroyed, it will not matter how much time you had served. I cannot rightly make you serve a month in a penitentiary after the world has ended. So the only option for you to serve this then is if you leave here and save the world, and then come back and spend a month in our penitentiary.
it will
Or die
be a rest
trying.
from labors.
Yes, thank you. Your magnanimous is overwhelming.
Another deep bow from Riz.
Deep bow from
Insane.
Kurla as well.
I'm
So that
interested,
is
does
what we
Petravian bow?
ask.
I don't know. Skrewy never said if Petravian bowed or not.
Petravian's holding up his hand?
Yeah,
Is that what it... Okay.
Pretty much the
yeah.
opposite of
Petravian
mine.
was holding up his hand.
She'll
He was- he-
look over at you. Is that some way of showing respect in your culture?
Did it get missed when I did it?
Yes.
Fuck you.
No, we were all
I just
bowing
wanna
this time,
say
so he
the-
stands out a lot
The
more.
magics you did while we were in here was very impressive. The food, by the way, impeccable.
That was mostly your own minds.
It's just
Not
this
me.
like
So you're saying I have good taste?
Oh my god.
there's just this katunk noise of me kicking Petravian's shin
If
while
I
I'm bowing.
may ask, for pure sake of curiosity, why the illusions? Why these manifestations from our own minds?
It's a way for me to gauge who you are as a person first. Consider it an introduction.
It's hazing.
A way for you to introduce yourselves to me in a way that is unique.
Okay, so what happened to everyone? I did get lost on who had what. Okay.
Just an
Yeah,
audible
me too.
gulp
It
from
was like
Vera.
chaotic in there. Who knows what happened?
Okay.
My
It was, yeah.
Petravian, I do know, was trapped by food. What does
So
that
none of
even
those
mean? You
people
like
were-
food?
One of the people were
I
there.
don't know.
If I might further ask, what was it that you learned about us? Each of us.
You know, I mean,
Oh.
you know, some things that I don't know if it was that much time to learn anything. Really, here we go. Here for
I
you
learned that it was worth talking to all of you.
Oh, that's wholesome.
That is really wholesome.
We
Good answer. Service
thank you
answer.
for the audience and for granting us a stay in our penance, and for granting us, if it be your will, leave to travel to attempt to speak with your mother.
That's a good way of putting it. You'll need to know the way to get there, however.
Please.
Do you have a map?
No. I mean, we have someone.
Didn't we find
No, we don't have a map. We need a map.
Didn't we find a
See.
map? I thought it was like a rough kind of one, but no.
Maybe one from the prefect.
No, not from the prefect.
Not
I
from
thought
him?
we
Then we don't-
found like a rough version of one in like Hartenshin or something.
Any
Oh, I don't know who would have that.
So
any guidance or maps that you would be able to direct us towards would be greatly appreciated, Your Celestial Majesty.
of course, I can share one with you now. She sweeps a hand in front of her, and a cascade of silvery energy is going to coalesce in the air between your group and her. It begins to take shape and form, and it looks like a landmass. And what you see is that.
Yes.
Nice.
It coalesces into a continent map, an area split into 3 separate provinces. Words appear on it, first in a language that seems strange, but then the letters shift and change into something you can read. And you see
I can read them all along.
you see a beautiful grassy land called Jintao. You see a dense jungled area called Nantao, and you see a wide open steppe called Beitao.
A step?
Each one is a steppe, yeah, Steppe.
Okay.
It's a type of biome. It's like a savanna, sort of.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
people who are less scientifically aware.
Yeah,
It's a little like where the centaurs lived in season 1.
similar.
That was a grassland, though.
That was a
Yeah,
step.
that's
I
what that
thought.
is. Yeah,
Oh.
a grassland is similar to a
This is
steppe.
like the same thing.
Kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
somewhere.
A steppe tends to be a little colder than a typical grassland.
And usually it precedes a stare.
Fuck you, Xeno. I just fuck right off.
That was not bee related.
Yikes.
That's true.
Yeah. So this map will coalesce and become more tangible, eventually becoming a physical map that is floating in the air in front of the party.
We humbly thank you. Kurla will cast sort of a sidelong glance at Riz and then swallow and say, should it come to pass that we need to petition the Emperor for aid in our quest, is there a formal mechanism for doing so?
You wish to speak with the wise elder?
Potentially.
I suppose, if that is where you wish to go.
Both places.
May we
Well,
ask how to get to either and both and so forth?
certainly. My mother's shrine is near Chonglai, which happens to be where the wise elder resides. If you leave here and head east, pass through the city of Heshan, and then turn southeast. The roads there are quite well patrolled. You cannot miss it.
Wonderful.
Is
I
there
lean to
any-
Riz. Should we ask for like a passport?
Is there any mark we must bear to travel freely without confusion?
There we go.
I let the smarter ones talk.
Passport.
Didn't your papers get signed already?
Well, they got
Um,
signed, but we
they
weren't
did.
given them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have them.
He said they.
I think we did get them back.
The magistrate took them. I
Oh,
don't think they
either
were
way.
handed back to us.
I thought they were I thought they were being given to the dragon based on context.
That was
But-
kind of my assumption as well. But
Frankly, I was just asking, like, I was just checking if there's a thing we need or not.
stamp.
I don't want to get
No.
pulled over
So
on
we
the
can
way
get
there.
back into Six Flags when we leave for lunch.
Yeah. Your wrists are all stamped at this point.
Okay.
We're gonna get pulled over, and I'm like,
This is because I'm a gnome, isn't it?
well, kinda, yes.
Wow.
All right, so we're all good to continue traveling then.
Yes, I believe so.
Do we
Thank
need
you again.
to ask
Is-
anything else?
Is there any way that we might show our appreciation or gratitude for your kindness and your assistance? Is there some form that we are to follow, some custom of which we are unaware? An offering or some such?
Petravian starts like going onto his person. And he has something in his hand. He kind of like happy to give.
Which is?
He Your Celestial Majesty, I'd like to offer you it's a humble thing, but packet of seeds that I use to
You hear an audible coming from Vera.
Kurla will wince.
packet of seeds from our homeland.
Just a
It's like a
slow
little-
turn from Riz to look at him.
It's a humble thing. He's
No,
It's
he's
a second
continuing.
tonk on your shin.
I see. You may leave them there. She gestures to the floor in front of you.
and he
was
bows
going
on as he goes back.
I was going to offer a fortune, but this is a...
Waiting for them to catch fire.
You're just kind of watching it for a second.
Do they taste good?
Maybe they will be food.
If there is nothing, then I imagine we will take our leave with our gratitude and respect to you and to the memory of your father for all that he did.
There is quite a bit more than nothing, but if you wish to leave, I will not keep you.
Wait, quite a bit more than nothing. What?
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 Where does the nothing come from?
Because Kurla said if there's nothing, then we'll take our leave.
What might we offer you?
Oh,
What would you have us?
it is not what you can offer me. It is what I can offer you that you've yet to request.
Why would
I
we...
see.
What do we need to ask?
Forgive
What
our
do we need
under
to
humility.
request?
Well, as you are fairly aware, strangers to this land.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago
Sometimes kind of
exactly
challenged.
did the Deadlands happen?
768 years.
That's it?
Yes?
Oh, I thought this was so much longer.
No. We will sail. I will not really, but I'm sorry, I'm getting in mind.
What? I am told I am older than the Hierophant of Eden. You can't do this to me.
I mean, I'm not trying to confuse you, I'm just saying we saw it all happen.
Perhaps we might request of you advice on how we might each be successful in this quest and in our own journeys.
A fine question. If what you're looking for is the same thing that happened 768 years ago, the only chance you have within Kintao is, by Long, my mother. However, as I said, she is taken to rest and is unlikely to wake for anyone.
Even you?
myself and my siblings have all attempted in one way or another. But as I said, my mother is resting and is unlikely to wake.
What about for the Emperor?
The wise elder is busy.
We seek not to repeat the cataclysm of that time, but to prevent further devastation and to fight back. Marcus, that being our goal, is there some other path that you would recommend we take, or some other entity that you believe we ought to speak with?
I know not every entity in this world, nor those who may or may not have mastered the true path of harmony. Perhaps there's another that can assist you. But you're welcome, as I said, to travel to my mother's shrine and plead your case. It is east.
I would ask one favor, if it is within your power to grant.
And once you will.
There are those that have aided us in our journey to bring this matter to your attention and the attention of your siblings, your mother, the wise elder. I would not have them suffer for the things that they have done that run contrary against the spirit or the letter of your laws. Might they be excused for those actions that they have taken on behalf of the greater good of the world and of your empire? I speak of the prefect at the wall and others.
The prefect at the wall will be judged, and I trust in our system to find that he was acting within the interest of Kintao as a whole. It is our way, and he will be none worse for the wear at the end of that process. What others do you speak of?
Kurla's eyes will slide to Riz, but Kurla will remain silent.
His name is Jiro. He is from Quay. He is a hero.
And he has committed an offense against the state?
He assisted us in finding a way to get inside Kintao so that we could prevent. We are back. Bum, ba-dum,
Whoa!
ba-dum,
Hello.
Hello again, everyone.
All right, so where were we?
Talking about Jiro.
Yeah, Riz was
Yeah,
explaining Jiro and what he.
explaining that Jiro.
That Jiro was a
I don't
A
want to
great
say
guy.
it again. It made
A
me
good guy.
cringe.
Yeah. According to our taboos and our more closely held sacred beliefs, there is only one path open to him. You would have me absolve him of this responsibility?
I feel as though the needs of the world outweighing the laws of every society hailed from this decision. I ask, due to such an unforeseen circumstance, that he could be pardoned from that destiny. Please.
Save your tears. I do not have the authority to absolve anyone of that. That has to come from the wise elder himself.
I understand. But you said the likelihood of us getting a hold of him would be also difficult.
He is busy, but it is possible.
How
may
might...
You may head to Chonglai and test your luck there eventually.
How might we improve our luck when it comes to attempting to speak with your mother and with your wise elder?
Well, as far as my mother is concerned, quite a lot of people talk with her on a daily basis. I'm sure that your voices will be one among a chorus speaking to her. As far as the wise elder goes, he does not take audiences anymore. Not for some time.
We have to try. The world depends on it, and the world depends on it.
Very well. If you meet my brothers and sisters, tell them Lan Yan says hello.
It would be our honor. Do you have any questions for us?
Each one of you is strange to me, and I feel the less I know of you, the better off I'll be.
And
Do you have anything that we could do for you?
We've literally already asked this like 2 to 3 times, Petravian.
know,
We can
but
drop it
still.
at some point.
You already gave her the dirt, you know. I think that's probably enough.
It is seeds, thank you very much.
You gave her
6
your
of one,
seeds?
half a dozen of the other.
Xeno.
Dirt has no life in it. The seeds is the potential of
Dirt
life.
has plenty of life in it.
The
Dirt is just rocks.
How
I humbly ask your
are you
pardon, your celestial majesty. We are always like this.
are the bridge. You are the bridge, and you talk like this. How does
Does
Eden bless you?
But she just like hand Powell's away. Like just like, oh yeah, you said you're on my team. Sure, cool. Yeah, I'll have a smite.
Why couldn't you have all just let it go and let us leave peacefully? No,
Believe it
you
or not,
had to-
Majesty, we are quite capable, so the world is in fairly good hands. I'd say our chances are sort of 60-40.
He's the
Which
bridge.
way,
So thank you
one
for your
way or the other,
time.
I'm not quite sure.
Most-
But yes, we thank you most humbly for your gracious assistance. Kurla will
This is
bow.
amazing.
Luckily, Lan Yan's expression is completely inscrutable behind this fox mask.
How do we not get hit by any more carts?
Carts. Okay. Yeah, how do we do? Is there like a schedule we could learn so that we're not
Yes.
hurting people on
Oh
accident?
yes, I love schedules.
Yes, yes. We don't know it. I know everyone knows it by heart, but if we could like not disturb people, that would be great.
Yes, we have an itinerary. That would be wonderful.
There is a cascade of silver lights that move through the room, and then when they fade out, it leaves everything in darkness.
I think she's done with us. Come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah, that seemed
we
like
go?
a polite
You
no.
know, frankly, she was super cool the whole
Yeah,
time.
she was like
Uh,
the nicest dragon that I've ever met.
Yes,
I
yes,
liked
no,
her.
that's
She
wonderful.
was
Yeah.
she
As
was
the lo-
lovely.
as a lot of you turn around to leave, instead of seeing like the door leading to the hallway that leads to the whole maze to get out of here, you turn and there's the exit right there. Both doors open. There's the outside, like
Fucking
immediately
sieges,
right
bro.
there.
Does anyone else kind of hate
She's
themselves a
good.
little bit?
No, I love myself.
I'm well
Do
aware.
that in private.
Petravian.
She's real good.
Yeah, kind of always, whatever, though. I just think,
She was nice. I liked her.
I'm gonna
I
run
mean,
out the door.
we were one step
We-
closer.
Let's follow Vera. She doesn't.
Oh,
She
you know,
is.
Okay.
Kurla's like
You guys-
walking towards the door.
you guys think those illusions, they will totally not real, right? You don't think they will?
What is it that you saw that you're so concerned about?
No, it's not concerned. I'm just kind of, I'm just wondering. It's all, I'm just curious. Oh,
Goes
shoot,
out the
I
door.
did-
Thank you.
All right, back to Xingon.
I feel as though I'm going to die of embarrassment at this point.
Oh, you get used to it.
Oh,
You all
no.
have left the Silver Palace. Where would you like to head?
To find our carts.
Yeah, let's find
Okay.
our card.
Reyes, I hope that it was all right that I kind of alluded.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just I didn't think that anything would come of it because
No, I
Jiro specifically said the Emperor.
figured, but worth a shot perhaps. Plus, there was the matter of the prefect. I do feel quite bad. He stuck his neck out for us.
It was
I hope
very
he'll be
nice of
alright.
you to talk about him, but it is true. They will probably evaluate, and it will probably be fine.
I
Fingers
don't know about
crossed.
fine, but it's out of our hands. So, do you guys think you're gonna keep wearing these masks? They're cool, right?
I was going to keep
I
wearing
mean-
mine.
I mean, I quite like it, and we are. I mean, I don't get sick, but even so, it's probably sensible if
It makes
there are
Vera
foreign
look less
germs that.
creepy if we all wear masks.
That's a
Fair
good
point.
point. That's really true. And I feel like I look like a real adventurer now.
I feel like Petravian has to give his mask back to Vera because, that is
What?
still Vera's mask.
Why
Yeah.
did
I
you
mean,
buy your
it's
own?
all of ours.
So where?
Vera,
Where
are
is-
you okay?
Vera just is like slightly keeled over, arms on knees, catching their breath, trying to rebalance.
Yeah, Riz actually kind of kneels down to get a little closer to your eye span because they are taller than Vera. Hey,
I'm fine.
well,
We should probably
So
find
wait.
those carts.
Do you need
So
healing
Vera-
or something?
No, I'm
So
I'm
Vera's
just feeling
leaning forward. Am I understanding that correctly?
was
she's
it?
on her
Like hands on knees.
hands on knees. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can go. I'll just stand directly where your face is facing, right under you. Be like,
Are you good?
Yes, I'm fine.
I don't think.
Oh,
I think she's gonna throw up.
yeah, I'll take
You might wanna.
a step back.
I just some
A pebble.
was it?
I said a pebble lands in the middle of your group.
I look towards the thrower.
All right,
I'll
make
look
a
at the pebble.
perception check, please.
You fucking got it, bitch.
You can't look at the pebble. You are the pebble.
Ah.
37.
Riz, you glance up and look around, and on the outer wall of the palace, you see a figure sitting there, wearing the dark clothes of a ninja.
What
He
color
waves.
are they?
Here's waves back. Come on. We're gonna get out of here.
He slides down the wall, and then walks over to your group,
God, he's
and then
so
he'll
cool.
sign, "How did it go?"
We are good to travel. We are going to speak to the Celestial Dragon's mother and attempt to get audience with, Did she say the Elder one
The
specifically?
wise elder, I think, was
Wise
the phrase. I'm not sure if I'm
Yes.
translating it right, but I
Mhm.
think that's what it sounded like to me.
I don't know. Is that more appropriate to say other than Emperor?
I don't think we are in the position to
Yeah,
be
we're
saying
not
that.
in the position to say. Okay.
I mean, I don't. He's not our emperor. Is that the? I mean,
Well, you still say like a king, your majesty, even though it's
That's
not
Just a
yours.
fucking person.
Vera, we aren't swearing in this town, even though Petravian just made me very angry a little bit ago.
Oh yeah.
You're a bridge, and you don't think that dirt is important when you worship
I didn't
Eden.
say dirt wasn't important. I said dirt in it of itself.
Should
The
we maybe
rocks-
But the rocks are composed of minerals.
should we have this argument while we're on the road? Might
Yes.
be more
Let's
you
go.
know,
Let's go grab
better use of time.
our traversal items and get out of here.
Jiro, do you happen to know where our carts are? Did you see where they took them?
Jiro nods.
Oh, chill, he'll tell. I didn't
And
even
it-
see.
He's
then he'll
literally next
sign-
to us.
And then
I
he'll
know.
sign, I followed where they placed your carts
Fantastic.
and waited for you out here.
Thank you.
I followed that conversation. And I imagine from Lovette's perspective, she just thought Riz was addressing the group and recapping. He's just signing. She didn't know he was there.
He's that quiet.
So
Alright,
is there
lead the way.
anything else we need to pick up here? Provisions, anything anyone needs, or shall we get on with it?
No, we're good to go as far as I know. Do you need something?
No,
No.
I'm keen to get on the road as well.
So it is evening at this point, and as you look around, you see the town has sort of shifted in the last few hours from the time you went into the palace to now. The town has taken on a bit of a different look. You didn't really pay much mind to them before, but now they're illuminated. They're much easier to spot, and that is that there are these colored sort of paper lanterns all over the place, but now they've been lit, so they're now, putting out light of various types, and it is putting the town in this kind of orange glow that it was not in before.
My word.
There are what do you call them? The not bunting so much as lines of paper hanging from building to building. Each one is a different color, and they're alternating like black and orange. It appears people are putting out the decorations for the Feast of Owen.
Oh, I'm surprised they still.
Did
Well,
you
very
know that they celebrated this over? I suppose no one knew, did they?
I mean,
What else?
I'm not from this world, so
Yeah, but you know Owen, don't you?
yeah, he's
Do
he's
they
dead.
celebrate this?
I'm pretty sure he's dead still.
Does that mean you don't know him?
Ooh. When
Not
did
in
he
my
die?
lifetime.
Oh,
It's
So-
some.
well, do they have this festival in other places?
Oh yeah,
Okay. I
the
wonder,
cold
do they
ones
do
are really scary.
the circle as it's rating on the other worlds?
I didn't catch like most of what you just said. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, wait. On the Steam Isles, there was this weird game where you dress up as a weird thing and go to people's houses. I was the only one who was doing it, but Grem and Daria told me that it was definitely real.
What's this about dressing up in weird things?
You know, why don't we go see what
Gnomes
the kind
dress
of
up
things they
weird
got
in Steam
town?
Isle. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly. Vela's got it. That's what I was saying.
You have the nerve to get on my case about the bloody cuffs.
Should we find
Jiro-
a place to celebrate?
Yeah, Petravian, you should be an expert on the cuisine now, shouldn't you?
Drew will sign in his homeland, children put on masks on this night.
Well, looks like we're covered.
Aye.
Yes, so oh yeah.
Ah, I see what you did there.
What? Oh, wait, do you use a mask?
Do we have much currency left? And, if we wanted to find somewhere to eat or drink to celebrate,
Riz kind of shrinks a little bit.
maybe we should have asked for some of that. Probably would have been a little bit rude.
I mean,
I still have money. The issue is Riz doesn't
I-
want to give.
Right, obviously.
we have plenty of food, and some beetles will crawl onto Vera's hand, and they'll engorge.
Oh, please put that away. Please.
We still have the
Just like lifted my
bow
mask,
bow.
just hear crunching
You
underneath.
you begin to smell something wafting
Totally.
through the city streets as people are kind of gathering now under these orange lights as the Feast of Owen is beginning. And you realize that you may not need to be paying for much food tonight.
Riz is just gonna start wandering into the crowd curiously.
Yeah, Kurla
Mhm.
will follow. Not too far behind, but giving Riz their space if they want to be with Jiro.
So what you see are tables set up in the middle of the street. Like it's as if someone had set up a giant dining spread down the center of most streets in the town.
Yay!
So like locals will come out and sit in the tables, but you notice that they're not all sitting like bunched in with each other. They're leaving seats open between them, and you're not entirely sure why. But it's like everybody's set, but they're all kind of sparsely spaced out. What?
I think it's leaving space for like spirits or like the departed.
Yeah.
That was my guess.
I was
too.
over
That's
here
lovely.
like that's so wholesome.
The departed.
You
Kurla's
see
gonna.
some of the seats have portraits or paintings or engravings like leaned on them.
My heart is so full.
That is lovely.
What is that? They're like dead people. Is that?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, that's their pay and respect. Kurla will kind of clutch the locket around their neck a little bit in their hand.
Jiro will look to you, Kurla, and look to a stretch of tables that are empty, and will sort of motion you toward that space.
Kurla will go where they're directed and wait for everyone to sit before they sit.
So, the seat next to you is left open, Kurla. If you'd like to set your locket there, you can.
Yeah, Kurla will set her locket on the seat atop the blanket that they will remove from the back of their belt, and they will sort of fold it such that the blackened portion from the dried saliva is not visible, sort of folded within it. But they'll set it down on the seat, and then they'll place the locket very carefully atop it.
The rest of the group, I'm assuming, will sit sparsely around here.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
And after a short amount of time, bowls and plates of food are going to be brought in from all over the place and laid down on this massive communal feast that begins to take place
Question.
as everyone is sort of happily reminiscing about this person or that person. What's up?
Does anyone else put anything down?
That's a good
Look
question.
and
Are
see
you
if
saying
they
the
have
party
it.
or just in the
In the
common
party.
folk? That's a good question.
Riz does have an open space next to them,
I think Vera does
Yeah.
too.
but they
Well,
don't have anything to. Well, yeah, I technically do. It's it'd be like a little wood coin with Owen's symbol on it.
Petravian does.
Yeah, what do you have anything down?
He has the hammer.
Nice.
It's his father's hammer, so.
Vera will also have a spot open, and it will contain both of the necklaces she wears, which is the Hive Queen amulet, as well as the Golden Talon necklace, which is her father's.
Well, that's got an open seat to either side of her, and one of them's got her tie sitting in it. That was her dad's, and the other one is empty, and she seems pretty beat up about that. Like looking, constantly checking her pockets. Like there's got to be something.
Does Jiro leave a space?
Yeah, but he has nothing to leave.
What is there on the table in terms of drinks and drinking vessels?
Oh, actually,
There
no.
are large pitchers of various liquids. Some just water. Some of them are fruit juices. Some
Water.
of them are based on the smell. You think they're probably alcoholic.
Water, a Owen classic.
Yeah, good old water. Best thing to have at a feast.
Kurla will pour themselves a glass and of the alcoholic stuff and then sort of pass it to whoever is closest who wants it. But they're also just going to raise the glass up and sort of look from party member to party member and not say anything, just wait for the others to do likewise if they choose to.
Very well.
Petravian will.
Yeah. Jira does as well.
Indeed. Pretty sure Riz grabbed tea. That's what they do. They're not an alcoholic.
Well, tea works too. It's a toast.
College
It
Keni
can be
would
whatever you
understand.
like.
So a little bit of time will pass, and you guys will have some of the food here, and it is different than any food you've had before, at least most of you. Riz has probably had something very similar in various places. But yeah, it is. Most of them are interesting rice dishes, prepared in different ways. Some of them are salty, some of them are tangy, some of them are savory, some of them are sweet. Some have bits of fruit in them. Some of them have bits of meat in them. It's a wide variety of different kinds of foods and sauces and things to dip things in. It's a very interesting meal, and of course they don't have any utensils out here aside from like anything you all have brought with you, which I'll assume you all have your own mess kits to deal with that kind of stuff.
I have a
Kurla is-
500 gold too to go. Actually, I've got Calcutex's tuning.
Kurla's trying to use the chopsticks that Jiro gifted them. May I do a dexterity check to see how they're doing? Or would that be a different roll?
Let's see if you got any better.
Alright. Fingers crossed. That is an 11.
Fingers crossed.
You know
with
what? That's
chopsticks now.
passable. That's passable.
Ah.
You're able to eat with them.
Better than
It's not
last
quick.
time.
Yeah, it's not fast, but you're definitely showing improvement.
Kurla will give a tiny and slightly embarrassed smile, maybe even a slight greenish blush as they sort of catch Jiro's eye and just kind of...
Luckily, Vera
Look,
knows.
Look at the thing I can do.
I'm trying, you know.
If there are chopsticks for Lovette, will try her hand at them.
Just hands. You don't need
know
utensils if
if-
you have hands.
I don't know
It's
if I'll need a roll for that or not.
I'm apparently a pro, so I don't.
Petravian will roll for will try his hand at using them. Like, ooh, I don't know.
Go on, big guy, you've got this.
All
What
right.
do we roll here?
It's like sort of a crabby type motion, but I
Dexterity.
mean, Jiro can show you better than I can, but give it a shot. You got this.
Uh,
If you can wield a hammer, you can wield chopsticks. I think that's what they're called.
that's a 20.
Yeah, Petravian and Lovette both take to them really naturally, honestly.
I think
Now
you
you're
think
just making
that
me look
Lovette
like an
does a good
asshole.
job with it, but she does it totally wrong. She has one in the crook of her thumb, and the other one in her fingers, and just does this, opens and closes her fist. It's one of those things where it works, but it's just that's
Yeah.
not.
It's totally
Stop that.
wrong.
Just because
but it
you use the
works.
wrong equation, it's all about getting the right answer.
I feel like
This is-
Petravian's doing Wolverine claws between the
Yeah,
just stabbing
I
it.
see
You only get the meat pieces. You just leave all the rice.
Yeah, I mean it works. It works well enough at least.
Felt my soul depart for a second.
So?
So the meal passes with a strange sense that you all get that just sort of recognizing those who are no longer with you for this meal has sort of, in a way, brought them closer to you. You feel like you just shared a meal with the people that you have lost.
Oh God, don't say that.
So now I'm haunted by
Well,
100 dead hivekin.
I'm pretty sure I did not get a meal with Owen actually, but you know.
That means
It
Lovette's
just
gonna be trying to hide her tears in her bowl by the end of the meal.
Yeah, it's just by the end of the meal, you kind of have a strange sense of peace. Is what I'll say. It was altogether a pleasant experience. And as you know, you and other groups are wrapping up the meal, you hear the sound of like children being exuberant and happy and running over to something that's happening in like the town square.
What's that lad about, do you think?
I don't know, but if we go, are we going to ruin the party?
Or are we going to get thrown in prison?
I feel like we've kind of got Celestial Majesty's blessing. I think if we watch our step, we should be alright. I mean, we haven't been thrown in prison for eating food that's not ours. I feel like we might be alright this evening.
Stay to the back, I guess.
Oi, just don't draw our attention to ourselves.
Stay here today, Petravian. So grumpy, like, oh, we're such failures. Wah.
I mean, when are we next going to be here to see this kind of thing? Whatever's going on.
Yeah.
When are we next all going to be together?
Every experience I can, I believe.
I'm going to go see it. I owe it to somebody to.
Yeah, I mean, you'll
See,
blend
but-
right in, so.
I don't know why there's so much. I don't understand, but okay.
I mean, I stick out like a sore thumb, so...
Kurla will slip their locket back around their neck and slip the blanket back behind them, just through their belt, and cover it with their cloak and rise from the table. Shall we then? Or do you think they need help with the washing up?
Jiro, could you take the lead?
Jiro nods, stands and leads you all into an area closer toward the middle of town. You see here that a number of children have conglomerated around a series of strange basin-like devices. Each one's manned by a couple adults, and they're these sort of circular stone, almost kiln-like devices. They have on one side what seems to be almost like a bellow, and then the other side seems to be sort of like a lever, and the children each take turns pumping the bellow or pulling the lever on the other side, and something's happening inside this device and you're not sure, and there's maybe a dozen of them scattered around the area, but everybody seems in good spirits for some reason.
Is it only the children that are doing it, or do adults go?
The children are doing this currently with these devices. The adults are busying themselves working on mortars and pestles nearby. They're grinding something into a fine powder and then adding things to it, and then setting like bowls aside. Each one's like a different color, but there's like a bowl of like blue powder and a bowl of red powder and a bowl of yellow powder, blah 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 blah, blah. So they're making something as a group.
Oh.
Kurla's gonna go to the nearest group and ask in kind of very broken Kintao-ese. Is there a name for the language?
Continues.
Kintanese is...
You can tease.
Regardless, in the language of the Empire,
Kintanese is fine. Towin is also fine.
Towan. In Broken Towan, they're going to ask if they can help with whatever it is that's happening with this grinding.
Oh, yeah. So a middle-aged woman will kind of look you up and down and nod and give you basic instructions to grind this stuff together. And what it looks like they're doing is they're grinding fruit, like dried fruit, into sugar crystals.
Well, Kurla will turn to the group and just sort of shrug and smile and then drop to the ground, sit. I'm assuming everyone's kind of sitting.
Yeah, they're short
Okay.
tables.
So, of course, to follow the law of the entire world, Kurla will sit crisscross applesauce and start grinding and adding the material to the sugar and so forth.
Yeah, so there's like a bunch of like different kinds of dried fruit, and then there's a bunch of sugar, and then mortars and pestles, and the adults are like making different, effectively different flavored sugars.
Cool.
The kids are in the process. Actually, Lovette, would you like to make a knowledge engineering check?
Yeah, I was going to just ask. Like I.
So while
I'm gonna
Kurla's sitting there
stand on my
grinding on the
foot.
ground.
Skrewy, you
Bite
couldn't
your
have just
tongue,
kept
sir.
it to yourself.
No.
So the adults are over there grinding that stuff up. Meanwhile, Skrewy is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Sorry.
In your dreams, maybe.
all right. That is, 42.
Okay, so looking over the device, you realize that this is some sort of mobile furnace. It looks like not only is it a furnace, but it also, like, the furnace is on the bellows side of this device. So the kids that are working the bellows are like heating up the inside of this thing. But then you notice that on the top of it, there's like a small receptacle in the middle of the basin that, as they're pulling the lever on the other side, it's causing that basin in the middle to spin as if it's on some kind of shaft connected to a mechanical cog or a drive system of some kind. So you pull the lever on this side and causes the middle bit to spin, and then the bellows are heating up some kind of fire that's underneath this entire thing, or rather heating up this metal arm in the center of this device.
You're gonna be
Petravian
okay?
I'm like 2 minutes from losing my mind if it's what I think it is.
So Petravian will make his way over to the bellows, to one of these bellows things, and they look like they're having a lot of fun. And he'll just kind of looks very sheepishly, kind of like
Push
just
the child out of the
watch
way.
and- No, just watch.
Petravian
like,
just walks over,
Discreetly stares at the
full-throated, just
children.
full-throated kicks a child in the back. just leans back and axe kicks a kid.
I believe they call that hoofing, but no, he would not do that.
At least he didn't, what's the word? Do what he did to Chisel.
Suplex.
That's the word.
Suplex. No.
That's for the next one who tries it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting for Petra to suplex a child or suplex a gnome.
Oh,
No.
could I suplex a gnome though? I feel like that would be bad.
Why would that
and
be the worst one?
See, he would go and see if there was any one that is open and ask, can I try this?
You ask the children, or you ask an adult nearby?
The adult that's there. If there was one
Okay.
that didn't seem like it was being tended to as the other ones were.
May I pet your furnace?
The adult looks at you kind of doubly strangely. One, because you're a foreigner, and two, because you're asking to do something that's obviously like a children's game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they say back as politely as they can that this is for the children.
Think of the children.
You look back and Lovette is like pumping one of these things, just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So Lovette absolutely is able to. Like, in fact, the kids have probably like pushed Lovette forward to keep the line moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's very slow about it because she's like just kind of curious, like, oh, what? Okay, I see. Oh, that connects there.
Glorious. Poor Petravian. Kurla will see
You should
Petravian.
just understand social standards.
Kurla will see Petravian getting denied and sort of gesture him over and be like, "Come over here, big guy. Make yourself useful. Grab a thing. Grab a mortar. Grab a."
Really fun.
I just see
Yeah, it is for
Petravian-
the children. You know, come on, be useful.
I am a
The
child at heart,
children.
damn it.
I see
Oh
Pet-
my god.
I just see
Child and
Petravian
brain,
kicking in
maybe,
the
but-
doors of a Chuck E. Cheese.
If Petravian was in
I have
modern
been to a
time-
Chuck E. Cheese as an adult, so you shush.
That's because you have kids, but I feel like if Petravian was
No.
here in modern times, he
That's
would
not
definitely be
why-
in like
well-
a sex offender list.
Oh, I
somehow.
don't. I'm
That's
almost scared to
not
ask
even
for
go
that
there.
story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What the,
Anyway.
Oh dear.
we'll unpack that in checkpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
No, not waiting until after game. Not waiting to check.
So, as everybody's doing their various jobs, you see another group of people are showing up, and they're carrying these small crates and each one inside has a small baton, almost like device. It's maybe 6 inches long, 8 inches long, like these little wooden batons. And they set those down, and the children like excitedly all rush over and they all grab a baton and they start like running around like crazy, like this is the best thing they've ever had. And they're just like a little wooden stick.
Like what I'm doing right now, basically.
Yeah, what Foaly's doing.
This is great.
So, at that, the adults start to gather up all the bowls of various colored sugars and start walking them over to these devices.
Yeah, Kurla will.
So, at that, one of them is going to take this, say, a bowl of, we'll say, red sugar, and pours it into the small basin, into the small receptacle in the middle of the basin, the one that's spinning, and pours it into that. And as it's spinning and heating up, the sugar inside of it seems to start to melt, and as it travels to the very top of that little miniature, or the mini basin in the middle, it gets to the top of that, and it starts to spread out across, like it starts to fling out of that from the force of it spinning so fast, and it cools down in the air as it reaches the outside of the basin and forms almost like this sugar cloud after a while. So the children come up, and each of them hands a stick to the person, and then they spin the stick around as the sugar melts out, and they create this bundle of spun sugar on a baton and hand it to the child.
You have made candy floss canon. I love you for that,
you call
Beardy.
it
Thank
candy
you.
floss.
Cotton candy, sorry, whatever you call it in the States. But you've made it canon. Thank you.
Sugar webs. That which hungers enticement. I don't know.
Sugar webs.
Yeah.
Webs.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Way to
Sounds like-
ruin it there, Xeno.
Sounds like a fucking awful breakfast cereal.
Their word for it is they call it candied clouds.
I like it.
Fantastic.
So they make a bunch of that, and soon enough, all of the children have gotten a dose of that, and they're off enjoying it in various places. And there's still quite a bit left. And the adults sort of look to the group of foreigners amongst them, and they'll offer if you all want any.
I already got some, thank you.
Please ignore our child.
Kurla
Hey.
will gratefully accept, and they will ask for one that's in the same color as the fruit one that they were grinding. Not that like they want the exact one that they made, but they're curious what the flavor is of that particular one they were working with.
Okay. It depends on the color. I'm not sure what you were
Yeah.
working on. But,
So they'll
So
ask
yeah,
for a
each-
blue one.
yeah, each one corresponds to a different fruit.
Yeah,
Thank you very much indeed.
yeah,
Bow.
I think Vera would go up and grab some. It's sugar.
It's sugar. Vera does have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Thank God for magic. Don't need dentistry.
This makes me so happy.
Yeah. Once it's less crowded, I'm sure Riz will wait their turn to get one. Politely.
Yeah. So after enough time passes, all of you can get a dose of this stuff.
I just want to make sure the kids get it first, mostly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they've already.
yeah.
Oh, kids
Okay,
already.
okay.
Yeah. They didn't offer you guys anything until the children had already been
Cool.
seen to.
Because it's, for the children.
This is absolutely incredible. I love it. Shouldn't talk with my mouth full, I'm sorry, but
The-
God, that's
yeah,
good.
the locals will explain that this is something that's typically done at most festivals through the year, and often, and they're, you can get this, you can buy this as a confection year round, but it's given out during festival times.
We are
Which is one
Truly
of the best
grateful
countries
for-
I've ever been to.
right. We're truly grateful for your hospitality and for allowing us to partake in your customs. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So the people here are happy to share.
This place is so wonderful.
I love this
feel
place.
so much. It's just
Petravian
like
kind of
you
has
said
a
it was-
just like screwed on, like he's happy, but he's like,
All the more reason to save the world, and then we get to spend another month here. I'm down for that.
Are you really pouting because you weren't able to use the bellows, brother?
no, I just realized how crummy my country was growing up.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
kidding?
horrible.
Your country had like snails
Death
for
battles.
sale at like every corner. There was
Death
live
battles.
death battles and live snails for sale to eat.
And really
That's
good bread.
paradise. And so much bread.
Oh my
Look,
god, the bread was
oh,
They have
amazing.
cotton
bread.
and candy here. In Proto, they had hard drugs. To
Yeah.
shut you up.
That's true.
Which-
oh, the hot
which one is
drugs are
better?
Great too.
Hard drugs or cotton candy? Come on,
Fish
everybody knows
spaghetti.
the answer.
Fish spaghetti.
Fish spaghetti too, yeah.
The answer is fish spaghetti.
Always.
Grass is always greener to Petra, apparently.
It's Vera,
Yeah.
Vera is currently unceremoniously eating this cotton candy. Like it gets like onto the thumb and stuff. Like, oh,
Yeah, I always hate that it like
The
it always
after.
gets stuck onto your fingers for some
Well,
reason, and you're like, oh, gotta take care of this, and you go in to get more, and it gets more stuck.
not to mention if
Yeah.
you're actually like putting it on the thing itself, and it starts like wrapping around your hand because like there's like web flakes
Yeah.
going everywhere.
And then you're like, oh god, how to make this the least messy, and somehow it's like just a little bit too messy, but perfect at the same time. I love cotton candy.
Oh
It's
yes.
the best. Especially fresh.
Whenever me and Xeno go to like any sort of amusement park, that's like the first thing he wants to get.
Cotton candy, gotta get it.
Mhm.
Blue.
He likes it for
It's awesome.
movies, amusement parks, Disney World, even
Lunch, dinner, breakfast.
the $7
D&D?
cotton
Thanksgiving?
candy.
Glorious.
Awesome.
It's fine.
Wonderful.
Love it.
Yes.
People here are so
Um,
nice.
Is anything else happening after?
Well, Riz is actually gonna offer some of theirs to Jiro,
No.
He can get
and then
his
kind of like feel a little weird because they've never seen him without his mask on, so they kind of just look embarrassed and lower their hand and pretend they didn't do what they did.
Vera will walk up. You know he can just like get his own, right? Like
I'm well aware.
There is
Thank you so much for the heads up. I really appreciate it. It was so stupid of me.
Jiro will move up to Riz and nod and partake of some of the candied clouds.
Wait, does he remove his mask?
it goes through his mask.
No.
He will, yeah. He'll undo his mask to eat. Yeah.
his teeth are super fucked up.
I mean, he's
got a huge
Eaten in
mustache.
front of you all before.
He
I
has.
guess it's so weird. I don't know. I'm so excited that he would
He's
remove
not-
it for me though.
He's not. I think
No,
he's removed
no,
his
you don't
mask
understand.
before.
He's removed it for food, but he hasn't removed it on my asking.
Okay.
It's important.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
I like to think that Jiro with his mask off looks like Germa.
Why would you do this to me?
That is 100% actually canon now.
Okay. Just
Kurla's gonna take the opportunity to kind of take Lovette aside and say, "Hey, Lovette, you got a minute?"
I mean, well, staying here for the evening, it seems.
You know you're quite mechanically inclined. Do you ever do any sort of like engraving or, you know, just basic carving into metal? Just that
Of
kind of thing.
course.
I say
I
you
do
know
some
way
things.
too fucking much, don't I? I'm trying to.
It
you
isn't
can't-
very informative, but yes.
You can do that kind of engraving.
Yes, I mean, to a degree.
What do I do?
It's not the specialty, but I like to think my little embellishments are nice.
So,
Yeah.
if I gave you these, and Kurla's gonna take out the 2 golden bracelets that they bought earlier, could you maybe engrave these with something, and Kurla will go into a little bit more detail of what they would like, which they will text to Grem.
Hey.
But while I'm typing that out, what are the rest of us? What's everyone else doing?
Riz is trying not to have a fucking heart attack.
Vera has gone to grab some cotton candy for Jiro so he can have his own goddamn cotton candy.
You're a fucking boner killer, you know that?
I love Vera because she's Captain Obvious bit, but she's mad. She's mad Captain Obvious.
So I imagine as Vera's coming back, Riz is like offering Jiro just with their hand some of the cotton candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's taking that and then eating it. He's not eating it off your hand, but he's taking it from your hand and then eating it.
Fuck you!
Eat it like a dog.
Eat it like horse.
So,
sorry, he's not eating it like sugar cubes like horse.
Darn it. Or like
Kurla.
That was a lovely moment.
Yeah.
So Kurla will finish explaining what they would like. So that, and then like that? You think you can pull that off? Just basic?
Oh, yes, I think so. I mean, there's nothing terribly complicated.
Alright, then. How long do you think it'll take you?
What writing do you want this in? What language?
If you think you can render it in the local script without making it say something like beach, or you know when you go somewhere and you get a really bad tattoo and it's totally the wrong translation, if you can actually make sure you get it right, then that'd be great, the local script. But if not, then just our usual alphabet.
I'm really like that.
Maybe stick to the usual alphabet that we use on the other side of the wall.
Like mumbling to myself.
All I can just put is here. It doesn't fit.
Beardy, is that cool? Just asking Lovette to engrave stuff into these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't know if
That's
what
fine.
craft check that takes, but
I was gonna ask the same thing. I was like, I don't know if it's technically engineering, but she'll try.
And the closest we have to that would be engineering, but there's no check required. You're just engraving some words on something.
thank you.
It takes
not
no
changing the
skill
value.
for Lovette. She's already too cool, bitch.
It's there's no chance of failure, and it's not adding or removing value from the item, so there's technically
That's
no. It
Well,
doesn't
that's
take
sentimental
anything.
value.
As much as I like your aesthetic, no sparklers or cogs or anything on it. Just keep it quite simple. If that's alright.
My aesthetic is physical. It not even looks at the checkout.
Wow.
I'm just I not meaning to hurt your feelings. I just
I was
you know
just
keep it
trying to
basic.
make you more. It was for charisma boosting.
Listen, your art style is
This fabulous was
fantastic.
one time.
Your art style is fantastic, but I saw this artist on Twitter. Could you make it look more like that instead?
That is absolutely not what Kurla is doing.
I like your art style, but could you make it good?
That's what Kurla's doing.
Like, whenever you draw faces, it's kind of just a square, so...
Have you got like an AI that can maybe do it if you feed it the description?
There you
I
go.
don't think
See?
Archie could do that.
You can have your own, and I'll try to grab Jiro's hand and put the cotton candy stick in it.
Jiro takes the stick from you and then looks at the cotton candy and looks at you and then signs, "Would you like some?"
I don't speak, I don't understand Azel, so I just walk away.
Would you like
Wait, what?
Oh no. Jiro asked if you would like some.
Oh, sure. And I'll just grab like a chunk out of it.
So Jiro now has this lopsided candied cloud. And we'll
Fist-shaped chunk out of it.
So yeah, we'll just start picking at it off the other side.
We are barbarians.
Definitely Vera, 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, Vera, you cannot base us on Vera for that because
Vera
that's not
grew
fair.
up in a fucking forest.
When she was like
Nothing.
7. Like that's when it started, was
That
the
is when it
forest
started.
living.
It's a bad time.
Which is like, what, 4.5 elf years?
It's like 5. But yeah.
Tomato,
good.
tomato.
It was,
Potato,
it was,
potato.
It was 9.
When they've finished their sugar cloud, was it?
Candy cloud.
Candy cloud. Kurla will offer to help the folks clean up.
All right. They will accept your help.
If I will offer as
They gave
well,
us free
but
food and
she
free candy floss. I want to help them clean up.
And I'm the guest, so
doesn't- I'll assist as well by just casting prestidigitation, but I am curious. So, are there a lot of like rooftop guards or guards up on the wall? I want to make sure if I fly, people aren't going to be like, we're under attack.
who
You
can
know,
know?
I don't want to enter a restricted airspace on accident.
You don't see any guards like on the roofs. No.
This is dragon only airspace.
I was
Gotta-
just thinking that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, third, yeah.
Keep it below 400 feet. Maintain visual line of sight at all times.
And radio
Make sure
contact.
And make sure that you communicate with any air bases in the area prior to takeoff.
Otherwise, a dragon might think you're a large bat and eat you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
That's
small
what I'm
bat.
worried about.
Actually, it's post-Civil Twilight at this point, so sorry, no flying.
Well, if it's not too closely guarded, Lovette will probably try and find a relatively secluded spot, float up so that she can get like an aerial of the city, and try to do another sketch of the city from above.
Yeah. Okay. Easily done. The lights on the streets really help to outline the place from above, so it's pretty easy to do that.
After
Should I make a check for it? Sorry.
Any relevant skill you'd like, but yeah, you're fine.
after kind of finishing the candy clouds,
Mm-hmm.
Riz is gonna kind of excuse themselves and go to talk to Petravian really quick. Hey, buddy.
Ooh.
Is he still wearing the mask?
Oh, I.
He might be.
Yeah, well,
Would he have kept
Oh,
it on
shit,
or
does
given
that-
it back to Vera?
probably kept it on for because we in the time space that going from here to there to the to food and then everything and all that.
I guess my question is, I'm assuming you all took your masks off to eat.
Yeah, to eat at least.
Yeah,
So you put them back on after that?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I put mine back on.
I did,
Okay.
because it's part of
Yeah,
the
and
ceremony.
maintain social
Mhm.
distancing and everything. So-
Yeah.
Okay.
It's proper. Hey, buddy.
Oh, I.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is your goal as a bridge?
I want to create a more harmonious connection between the Hive and Eden.
Okay.
Also, to bring up Mellifera to the next level of the pantheon, of gods.
All right.
To do what I can.
Fucking orders. Holy shit.
Okay. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
How will you do this?
I have not figured that out yet. But I tried something and it didn't really work.
Okay. You've been the bridge for like a couple months now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. But I'm learning, I'm trying.
Is it enough?
I could.
Hello, he came up to Petravian. We're like, what are your goals? And he's like, starting a new business and collecting all of the sand in the world.
at the moment, no. But if you have some more insight, I'm not gonna say no.
I am, to be honest, curious why you were chosen.
Me too? It's one of the questions that, honestly, I was going to ask. So you remember when I put that seed in the ground and it didn't really work all that well, and I felt like I got a sick feeling in my stomach, and I was going to talk with Mellifera, and I was going to also talk, well, I can't really talk with Eden. She doesn't really respond. She doesn't really respond back, but maybe I could talk to the Hierophant. Anyway, maybe the gardener? Anyway, sorry, off track. No, I wanted to talk to Mellifera about some things, and I wanted to try to talk to Eden about some other things. And that's one of the questions, I guess?
At the same time?
No. Well, I think it would be rude.
Oh, I thought that's what you were trying to do last time.
Well, yeah, but it felt like it didn't vibe. It didn't feel right.
It wasn't based.
It didn't get.
Okay. So,
Like, well, how... have you ever done that? Talked to more than one god at one time?
I do each of my ceremonies separately to pay the greatest amount of respect to each one properly.
Oh. Well, but what if you want to get a dialogue between the two?
Petravian,
Yeah?
if your job is the bridge, you are the dialogue.
Oh.
Petro's going through the ending of a Space Odyssey right now.
The penny drops.
Oh.
You're the one who's supposed to bring them together. Teach Vera that she can trust the Edenites and bring that harmony into the world. And teach the Edenites that, Melliferans aren't savages worshipping a primal god.
I did say I was a simple person, didn't I?
What dialogue would you tell each one of them right now? If you were talking one-on-one with one or the other, what would you do to bring them harmony? If that is your goal.
Oof. That is... Ooh, that is a wonderful question.
Because, your choices in the matter have been questionable, to say the least.
He has a very worried look on his face, like he wants to do good, but he is not doing so hot. And he knows he's not doing so hot.
And knowing's half the battle.
Was this job too big for you?
Yes. But I know I can do better. I know I can rise to it. I just need the right questions, I guess.
What does that mean? What questions? Who are you asking? would it not be guidance?
Yes. Huh.
Guide.
Thank you, Riz. Genuinely, thank you.
Do not
know
thank
I-
me.
Why?
I have been watching. And, you gotta start working towards this goal, is all I am going to say. If you truly want this destiny, this path, newsflash, gods can take away their gifts just as easily as they give it. We are lucky to be blessed with magic from them. Kurla, you're not here. Shut the fuck up. We as in me and Petravian.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything.
Your mouth opened and I heard
I
your
know.
breathing.
I was thinking it.
With loud exhales.
I was thinking it at you.
Alright. I am going to continue enjoying the festivities. After all, this is one of my god's holidays, and I would like to see respect paid to him. And they turn to leave the conversation.
He does not say anything.
I'm back with Zero. Everything's fine.
Listen, I know I was promoted to IT manager, but I didn't know I had to fix computers.
Yeah, weird, right? Well,
I mean,
a
you
normal
say that,
manager
but that's
doesn't.
pretty real.
That's
Yeah.
true. For IT manager.
Yeah,
IT entry level. There you go.
there you go. Yeah.
I got
IT
hired
support
for
tech.
this job, but I didn't know I'd have to do it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I thought getting hired mean I did it already.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the resume was for.
Mhm. So you walk over and you see Jiro has a mostly uneaten candied cloud, and he'll hold it up toward you.
Oh, with the
I just
fist.
lean forward. I take down my mask and I just bite off the top and pull it back up.
So cute. Oh my god, my heart. I ship it.
Does Horse get any cotton candy?
I don't think we've gotten to Horse yet. I don't think Horse should.
I want to know if Horse is capable of it. I
I'm
need
sure
to find
he
out.
is.
I don't think
You-
Horse deserves it after the
His
shit he
name's
pulled.
Cletus.
That's true, Cletus. I'm sorry. The thing with it too is that, like, but the thing about cotton candy is it's so light. You could just put it in front of his mouth and he'll just inhale it, just breathe
I
it out.
know. I'm afraid to give it to him.
Then he
I
won't
just
want
wanna
any of
see
his
that.
apples.
I want to see his stupid fucking reaction.
I want to see it happen, but with true seeing in effect, because I want to see it get sucked into the black hole and just the spaghettification of
Mm-hmm.
the cotton candy, the candy floss.
Yeah, that's how it goes from cotton candy to candy floss.
Yeah. It has to be pulled into the past the event horizon of a black hole. Yeah. Anything else you have tonight, or are you wanting to find your domiciles?
No, if there's no more festivities, I'm good for.
Okay.
Going
Kurla does
home.
want to chat with Lovette, but it can wait.
Okay. Yeah, it appears that after the candied clouds are built and passed out, most things are done for the evening. It's now late enough that the children have gone to bed, and the adults are mostly just tearing down the tables and things, putting things back together as they are normally in the town. But yeah, kind of an interesting coincidence. You guys managed to come here on a feast night, so that's fun.
This was so
That's fun.
lovely.
Really was. I mean, blown away by the hospitality here.
If you were 1 day later, you'd have missed all this.
Right.
It's almost like we were meant to be here.
No, it's total freak accident.
Says the god who talks from above.
We'll keep saying that. Who's talking?
Be quiet. They're trying to be happy about things. But yeah, we'll let Jiro lead the way to the carriage and Vardo once more.
So Jiro will take you back up to the sword gate where your vehicles have been led off to and are waiting on the north side of town.
Is my heavily fortified cart damaged?
No.
Nice.
I just imagine
No.
like a boot on one of the wheels. With
There's
like
a
a
boot
big
on-
old a bunch of tickets on the dash.
Yeah, there's a boot on the wagon on one of the wheels, and there's a boot on the horse on the Vardo.
What did they do to my baby?
We got a cart date apparently.
No, we already served that.
Now your vehicles are in good shape, waiting outside the sword gate.
Wonderful.
Well, no, probably have to catch up with people. Imagine she separated when she went to fly. But
That's true.
Well, I'll cast Vardo Vergon
Mm-hmm.
and get the evening going.
You got it. All right, so some time will pass, and folks arrive at the Vardo, and it is a bit later at night now. Anything for the evening?
I'll wait last.
Okay.
I mean, Lovette doesn't know that Kurla wants to speak with her, but I
Right.
know.
No, it can wait. Kurla, being in a oddly jovial and centered kind of mood, is gonna bust out their lute. And just be kind of quietly strumming it to the best of their ability. Not really trying to play anything in particular, but just noodling around on it
Does
as they sit by the fire.
does Kurla have points in like,
Performance?
instruments?
I believe I put 1 point into it a while back.
All right. Make a
Kurla
check.
releasing their album. I wish I learned how to play the lute.
Yep, I put 1 point into perform string ages
All
ago.
right. Let's
And
see
it is
it.
a masterwork lute, so I think I get a +2 bonus.
Ding 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 ding.
Anyway, they're going to do their
ding,
best.
Ding 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 ding.
Petravian has this.
You naysayers, that was a nat 20 for a total of 28.
Whoa!
So 28 or 30 with either way, it's a good roll.
Mm-hmm. So Kurla, you begin putting on a wonderful little performance, and as your fingers are gliding over the strings, it seems like playing this is second nature to you right now. Like you begin playing songs that you thought you only half remembered until a moment ago, and suddenly, before you know it, song after song is just kind of spilling forth from your fingers and filling the Vardo with delightful music. So much so that Jiro is going to step over closer to you, and he's going to probably try to add
How's
to the
the fire
performance
you got?
somehow.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
He's going to see if he can juggle.
What?
Nice.
He's going to juggle.
Juggle what?
Shuriken.
Oh. Okay.
He's gonna juggle Kurla with a sick combo.
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm down, but no. Yeah, Kurla wasn't even like trying to put on a performance. They were just kind of playing to themselves. But I feel like they've kind of got lost in the music and maybe are now playing a little bit louder. And maybe, did they notice Jiro, or
Probably.
they kind of notice it kind of up, but they're too busy. How's Jiro doing with the juggling? Has he sliced his head off yet?
Unlikely, but I'll check.
Please. Did it.
I'll
I
check.
did the thing.
Please. There we go. Helps if
Everything's
I can
on
find
fire.
The roll. There we go. Oh yeah, he's fine. Okay. Yeah, he's juggling shuriken really easily. He's doing the thing where he's like spinning around and catching them, or like throwing them like under his arms and things like that. He's doing all kinds of different ways to do this.
Seeing Kurla and Jiro slightly kind of distracted, Vera's going to walk to her room and look at Risen and say, "Risen, can you come here?"
Oh, for sure. Yes, of course.
And Vera will go into her room and close the door.
All right. The two of you find yourselves in the hive-themed room of Vera.
Mm-hmm.
Is it buzzing? Does it
I
buzz?
forgot I gave it buzzing noises.
Yeah, it buzzes. It thrums like there's a hive of bees in here at all times.
You said no one can.
How's Riz doing?
Not great. Not great at all.
You said that.
The low thrumming with the occasional just. Meh.
What was that? Sorry.
You said that no one can hear through this, right?
Nope. Just you and me in here.
All right. So I've noticed that you're quite concerned for Jiro.
Yeah. I am.
And there's a chance we might not be able to talk to the Emperor at all.
It seems that way.
Well, if it will help, and Vera's going to scrounge through their bag, there might be something you can do with this. And Vera has the scroll of limited wish. I'm sure you can think of something, if need be. It's not something I can use, so take it.
Thank you.
Are you okay? You don't seem well.
I still, very freshly remember being eaten alive, by the insects in, that one town we shouldn't have gone to. And it just kind of, I don't know, my chest won't stop. My heart's beating really fast.
You're stay here. They're not gonna do anything to you.
Oh, I know.
If you want to leave it, and I'll open the door.
Okay. And they stumble out of the door. Anyways, this was very sweet, Vera.
And Vera will put a finger to their lips.
Riz shoots up their hand, and walls kind of shoot up behind them in kind of a square, just so they have this little safe corner without any insect noises. Okay. They can't hear me now. I appreciate it that you are very straight with me. You are someone who does not fumble with saying it plain and clear, you know?
It's the only way to talk and get an actual message across, so you don't really have to thank me for that.
I wanted to let you know that I respected you, was all.
Thank you. By the way, use that however you see fit, but obviously he can't know about it.
Yeah. This is a kindness I will not forget. Thank you.
Vera will nod.
And I shoot the walls back down and just go back to sitting on the bed.
Meanwhile, everyone just sees these walls.
Yeah, just like what the what?
Kurla's too lost in the music, and they're playing something with a good beat to it now to give Jiro something to like time the juggling to. So they're kind of doing that strumming, tapping to get some percussion going. And they were completely oblivious to the walls going up and down.
Just makes eye contact with Lovette because she's obviously the one who paid attention.
Just do like a you good look.
just a finger to their lips. And an okay symbol, and then goes back to just enjoying listening to the music.
Yeah, Kurla will kind of come to a stop and look at their fingertips and see that they're kind of bleeding because they haven't been practicing enough. So they haven't got the
Calluses on
the
there.
calluses that they need. Okay, that was kind of weird. Didn't know I could do that.
Jiro
Must be
will
my lucky
nod.
night. Kurla will nod back. Thanks for that. That was fun.
Sure, we'll sign anytime.
Well,
Ow.
I had a lovely feast of Odin with you all. It's the first time I've really gotten to celebrate it with others other than the gods.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've celebrated it as well. Last time there was not a lot of people to be mourning.
Last time I did anything for it was back in Palayana, and it wasn't so much a feast as it was a dirge, just an endless day-long dirge. So this was quite an improvement. It was nice to spend the time with you all.
Vera will
Yeah,
exit.
it was nice.
All right, so where are we heading next?
Rizzle unfurl the map. We are going to the east to Heshan? Heshin?
Hishan.
Heshan.
Hishan.
At the shrine of Bailong.
And then, yeah, the shrine of Bailong is near Zhonglai.
Zhonglai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And,
We have to go through Hejan to get to Zhonglai.
Yeah,
and the Emperor is
So-
also in Zhonglai.
Correct.
correct. That's the capital.
Do we know how long it's going to take? I mean, look, I can't quite make out the scale.
Like 4 finger days.
4 finger days.
Yeah, that's how many fingers fit in between where we are and where the town is. 4
Wait,
finger
but like
days.
spread out or like put
Spread
together?
out,
or
spread out.
Spread out. Alright, so it's like 4 degrees if you're doing the celestial navigation type thing.
So it's
Like,
it's
you're
a
doing that.
300-mile journey.
Yes,
Here and there.
miles.
So several days.
It's gonna
So
take a
then-
couple of days, but we'll be alright.
Best set
That's-
out early then. First light type thing.
Of
Yeah,
course.
It's about
That's
a
not
5-day
possible.
journey
Oh,
with Hishan like splitting the difference there pretty evenly.
Well, good night everyone then.
Good night.
yes. Good night, everyone.
I hope you all sleep well.
Stay safe.
Yeah, Kurla will exchange just polite couple of words with Jira and head to their bed.
Petravian, as the music was going, as everything was happening around, he had just gone in and just sat in one of those chairs
Okay.
and was just 1,000-yard stare, just in thought the entire. And before he even realized it, it was dead silent, everybody had left the room.
So Jiro is still standing there, kind of looking around mostly the empty room, and then like seeing you, and he'll come over and he'll sit down next to you.
Oh. Howdy.
He waves.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just... in my own head.
He'll sign something to you. Do you understand any of his signs at all?
Not a lick.
I'm in
Okay.
the room.
Yeah, the other side of the room.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he'll sign something to you, Petra, but you don't grasp what he's trying to say.
I mean, he has a basic knowledge of some signs, but it's just not
Mhm.
clicking for him.
Okay.
Like, given these responsibilities, and I have an idea of what I need to do, but sometimes most of the time I don't know what I need to do, but
He'll sign a bunch of things to you. He goes on for a while, like he's saying something long, and it might even be profound. Like he's like doing symbol after symbol after sign after, like, just trying to go on and on and on about something, and you get a sense that from his composure that he's being, it's almost emotional how he's signing right now. Like you can see it in his eyes, like he really is like has the convictions of what he's telling you right now.
Nice.
he's going to listen. Listen. He's going to try to take in the emotion of what Jiro is saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like a stoic kind of almost like prideful, like feeling of like duty kind of thing. You've seen the look before a dozen times on any number of commanders in the military.
Thank you, Jiro.
He puts a hand to your shoulder and nods.
Perfect.
So what?
what?
No,
Anything else? Or you-
You're just
Are
you're
you
just
gonna-
done with that, or
No. No. Hold on.
don't yell
I
at
know
the
that's-
mic, please.
No, you're fine. That could be the end of the scene. I'm just saying, like, is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, he's going.
Give me a little bit to think about. Thank you so much. And he'll stand up and head off to his room, and Petravian will be awake for a while longer, just staring at the tree in his room, at the edge of his bed.
That's a bush, but okay.
Staring at the small tree
It's a small tree.
The very long bush.
Yeah.
at the bush in his room.
Because it's supposed to be a bed for Chisel.
Aw. My apologies. And trying to get a sense of, trying to really absorb what Riz had said to him, and finally, after a long while, drift off to sleep.
Kurla will sit up for a little while, trying to practice some of the breathing and the meditation exercises that they'd gone over with Jiro at various points prior to arriving in the city as they journeyed. With limited success, but then eventually they'll just kind of say, "Oh, right, enough of that," and fall asleep.
So Jiro will walk over and sit crisscross applesauce beside Riz's bed, and he'll sign to Riz. I'm really glad I got to get that off my chest. That's something that's been bothering me for a while.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good conversation with Petra.
Jiro nods. I have a lot of faith in him. I think he'll do good things.
I don't really go to sleep. Do you want to just sit here with me? And Riz will kind of scoot over on the side of their bed a little to leave some space for him.
Jiro will think about that for a moment, and then he'll get up and sit on the far side of the bed.
Vera materializes. You know, you could just make another.
I've offered, you bitch! I need to talk to someone really quick, but I stay up all night, so I'll just be here. If you need me, just tap on my shoulder, okay? And I would like to attempt to contact the gardener.
Okay.
I would like to use about 4 fate points to put out a call to see if they will accept the connection.
Do you
Yeah.
accept a collect call?
Look like a collect call.
Yeah, pretty much.
The connection is accepted to the gardener. It's gonna burn a bunch of your fate points, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the night. So, set the scene for me, DM Daddy.
Well, what you see, time and space flatten and simplify in such a strange way. And before you know it, you find yourself standing in the garden. There is a house nearby, a small cottage, a gardener's shack. Around it, in these sort of almost concentric circles, are various kinds of well-tended plants and flowers. It is perfect in so many ways. Just being here seems to fill you with a supernatural sense of calm. You see an incredibly old woman pruning flowers nearby.
Hello, my dear.
Hello. And what do I owe the pleasure, Riz?
I wanted to talk to you about some concerns I have, but would you like some help in the meantime as we speak?
Oh, of course. There's always work to be done.
Alright. Riz will kind of vanish their ethereal cloak for a moment and kneel down and get their hands dirty, helping to tend to the garden. I have concerns about the choice.
Of course. Go on.
You have chosen, or perhaps are testing Petravian as the bridge between Eden and Mellifera. Am I correct in this instance?
You have the right of it, yes.
Has he achieved any of the goals to successfully do that?
Well, dear, there haven't been goals set out for him, really. This is...
Organic?
It's as much a test for him as it is a hope for the future.
I see.
You know as well as I that the Melliferans have never been stable before.
I mean, this information is newer to me. But yes.
Well, perhaps this time it will work out better.
Oh yeah, it was very super stable. Won't be great.
Considerate optimism, but it would be nice for there to be some peace between our factions.
I agree. I just worry that he might not be the right one.
It's true, he has an interesting past, one that's perhaps colored his beliefs. Do you feel that makes him unworthy?
I believe if nothing changes by the time that the Deadlands are stopped, that perhaps reevaluation may be needed.
You may be right. Who's to say?
I trust your instincts. I just, as one who watches over these people, I've seen more mistakes, to say the least. And this is from both of their parties, not just him.
Well, you came here for a reason. What is it that you'd like me to do about it?
Simply to... If nothing changes for the positive, to look for a new bridge. I believe Vera's young sister might have the potential from learning from Petravian, and perhaps might be a better bridge if that is not something he can complete on his own.
And which young sister is this? Vera has so many siblings.
Her name is Reduvi, and I believe she is learning from both Petravian and Vera. But Vera is not particularly learning from Petravian, I think.
The gardener thinks about that for a moment, tapping her chin. No, Reduvi is no bridge.
There's just nods, continues working on the garden. I know not who is close enough to Vera to change the winds.
I think the only person here who should be concerned about the wind is you.
Oh!
Of course.
Just between you and me, I think you'll figure it out. I'm betting on you, actually.
Well, that is comforting to say the least.
A gardener and a gambler.
It's important to spice things up every so often. So there may be a small betting pool.
Oh, delightful. I am hoping more-sided to bet on me succeeding, is my hope.
She just sort of looks the other way a little bit.
Oh.
Ouch.
Alright. Cool. Ugh. That weird heart palpitation thing is happening.
You got bees in here?
Yeah, so they're right over
somewhere, yeah. Petravian put him down somewhere. Well, What can I do to guide him?
It seems to me like you're already doing your best. And that's all anyone can ever ask of you.
You know I
So-
never think that's enough.
Of course. That is... She stops herself. Never mind.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
She winks.
I missed you.
Well, it's good to have you back in the area. Just take care of yourself and make sure that your bridge there does its best.
Maintenance is needed.
But as you understand, there's always contingencies. The hope of this generation, of their church and ours, may ride on Petravian, but time rolls forward. And if he fails, maybe there'll be another. Maybe there won't be. That's the beauty of time, is we don't always know what comes next.
Right. And Riz will kind of lean forward a little and just rest their head on the gardener's shoulder. I should probably take my leave.
Very well. Here, take this with you. And she'll take a bloom from one of the plants. She'll slice it off with a small clipper and then hand it to you.
Thank you.
Of course. Give my regards to everyone.
Those who will listen. But I will try.
She gives you a warm smile that seems to fill your heart in an odd way.
Oh,
And
God.
you find yourself back on your bed.
Just blink back into the present. And I unfold my hands.
Jiro is sitting crisscross applesauce, eyes closed.
Is the flower still in my hands?
You don't see it.
Alright, cool.
Darn it.
Good enough. And Riz will scoot ever just slightly closer to Jiro and go back to their normal perch on the windowsill to watch their horse for the night.
Jiro's eye will crack open, looks over at Riz, and then closes it again.
Riz is trying not to smile.
Alright, well, anything else that evening?
Nope.
Alright, then we will roll forward to the 1st of November. And before we do that, though, somewhere far away, there is a long table that you sense somewhere far from here, cast in the dark, is a long wooden table. Someone sits at the far end. The rest of the table sits empty. A single tiny light is on the table in front of this person. A single flame. A tiny candle. This person sits there looking down at the light, and they sing to themselves, "Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, no one called Karis.
Happy birthday to me."
I didn't think we were allowed to. I have a
Happy
message
birthday.
for her. But...
Dear Karis, happy birthday to me.
Oh.
And
She
she blows
has
out the
kids
candle.
over there.
Yeah, her
Yeah,
kids
the
definitely
kids
threw
would have
her
done
fucking
something
party.
for her.
And she
Absolutely.
blows out the
They're the
candle,
one. Shame on them.
and everything is dark.
The kids would have thrown her such a nice
Yeah,
party.
fuck
Come
off,
on.
Beardy.
now,
Maybe not her sister, but definitely her kids.
Yes.
her kids threw her an excellent party. But anyway, we
You're
fade to
such
black
a
after
dick.
that. So we're gonna take a short break.
Alright, see you guys later. Fuck you. Hello, checkers and pleasers. We're back.
Whoa.
Back.
Hello.
Back.
Hello.
We just got finished
Hi,
up
back. I'm
narking on
Daddy GM.
Petravian.
Oh my fucking
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it.
Which I would like to add, I believe Risen's title in our Discord is the Narc. So,
I'm always
Yeah,
be
and
telling
nobody
on other
was.
people.
This isn't new. We didn't just add this.
yes, correct. This has been a thing.
I worship gods. Of course I'm a fucking narc.
There's a lot tied up in that statement. Holy shit.
Hot take.
Hot take. Give us a sweet, sweet recap, Beardy.
So y'all talk to a silver dragon. Silver dragon's like, "Hey, I can't fix your problem, but maybe my mom can, but she's sleeping. So you can go talk to my mom, or you can go talk to some old dude, but the old dude, he's busy, so he might not be able to talk to you. Anyway, here's your papers. Go do your thing. Bye." And then you leave, and you're like, "Hey, it's Halloween," and then you sit down and have a Halloween.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, and then after that, there were some conversations. Jiro went on this really, honestly, the longest speech he's ever gone on, explaining to Petravian about everything, how he feels about Petravian's situation.
It was moving, frankly.
It was moving to the point where I almost shed a tear.
I did shed tears.
Just twist
I
that
shat
knife.
myself
Just
constantly.
twist it. Ever
And
deeper.
then Riz went and narked on Petravian to the gardener. It was like, "Hey, you sure about this guy?
He's not doing it like a job
should
at
probably-
all.
You went
You
to
should
HR.
probably fire him. Maybe hire a child instead."
In fairness, the gardener seems to have faith in Petravian, even if Riz's faith is being tested at this moment.
Although we did
Tested.
learn that there's
He's not part of my religion. I don't worship him.
we also learned that she's got faith in Riz, and that not everyone does.
Not everyone has faith in Riz completing the task set for them.
Yeah.
That betting pool is very lopsided.
Oof. I'm just
Yeah.
hoping at least Eden is in there too. God, I hope she's on the positive.
No, Eden goes with what makes sense.
Eden's in there, but she hedged her bets.
Hit the button to end the stream.
Wow.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And then that pretty much brings us back to the present. So it is now going to be the 1st of November. Hooray, hooray.
Hooray, hooray.
Alright. So we wake up.
And we get on the road.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Indeed.
On the road again.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Alive.
Before we head out, Kurla's just going to quickly check in with Lovette and ask, so did you get a chance to do the engraving yet, or?
Yeah, totally.
Right?
During the
Well,
break.
I mean, did you? If not,
Sure.
that's fine.
I don't know how long does it take. She probably would have worked on that. You know what? Actually,
Yeah, I worked on it a little, but I kind of.
It's fine
Oh,
if you're
that's
there.
just slow.
There's
That's-
no particular rush. Just take your time with it, and
I mean, it shouldn't take normally more than a day. I just
Wait.
just have my time.
I do expect you to sleep at some point, and I know that you've got other things on your mind as well, which I do want to have a chat with you about. But we need to hit the road, so we can chat tonight.
Okay.
Nothing bad. Just
Yeah,
catching
I
up, seeing
don't-
how things are.
I just don't want you to worry. I'm fine.
I mean, I worry about all of you. That's kind of my job. Got to keep you all alive and healthy and so forth.
Yeah, I guess it's all of our job.
Also, you're my friend, I think, aren't you? I mean,
I mean, I consider you my friend.
all right, I consider you my friend. So there we go. We're friends. Excellent. So I care about you.
We signed this agreement that we are friends.
Why do you sound mad about that?
I'm not. I'm just not good at, anything to do with this sort of thing. I'm rusty and it's weird and awkward and stuff.
Just don't sound angry. I
You
guess
are-
Vera doesn't do it really good either.
Is it just my accent that doesn't convey tone very well? Should I smile?
You
If I
don't
do
have
it-
an accent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you certainly do, so... Look,
What?
the point...
No, I don't.
You've got an Gnomish accent going on there.
Vera
I've
has
got
like
some
a
sort of
very
Codran
sick
accent.
accent. You and I don't have accents.
Look, the point is... I care about you, I want you to be alright, so... I'm here for you, and yeah, I'm gonna check in to make sure you are doing alright, and I'm gonna help you however I can. But we'll talk more about that later, because if we don't get on the road, Vera's gonna pitch an absolute shitfest, and I don't want to see it.
I've been out here for
Shitfest. There
4
we go.
hours.
Like I said,
Why? Vera, the sun came up 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and we need to prepare the carts.
Shitfest
The horses
in
need
5,
feeding.
4,
Are they
3.
fed?
Yes, they've
Let's
been
go.
fed.
Yeah, I
What are you
usually
waiting for?
wake up every day, brush my horse, feed it, get the dirt out of its hooves. It's pretty normal for a morning.
Also, did
How do you
Petravian
wake up every day? Don't go to bed.
Vera the mask, or is that now permanent 40,000 gold addition to Petravian's inventory? We could
No.
we could stack it up with the other like 40k I dropped on Petravian and Proto, and then we can just at the end of the campaign be 200k gold investment.
Are we like making up for the shit that we didn't give Skrewy for episode 50? Still,
Yeah, I think
Constantly.
so. Yeah.
because damn.
All of
I
us.
wasn't here to make fun of Skrewy, I was mad at Petravian.
I mean, I've been laying off the best I can.
Kyle's just bitter because that's a lot of money. Give the mask.
Yeah,
I-
Give the
frankly,
mask
though,
back.
it is.
I'm just asking the question because Vera's not going to ask for it back because Petravian's her brother. I'm just wondering if Skrewy's stealing my fucking magic items.
He would never do such a thing.
Of course not.
Petravian will have in the morning after peeling it off and wiping the goop off his face.
Ugh.
Honey.
It's honey.
It's honey, but it's still goopy. It's sticky. He will have brought it back, and obviously Vera has woken up way before Petravian, per the usual, and have laid it in their on their seat in front of on the cart.
Coolio.
We get on the road then.
Yup.
Alrighty. Well, it is, like I said it before, it's a 5-day journey from Xin'an to Chonglai. So, yeah, you got a bit of time. Anything you'd like to do on the road?
There's something I would like to do one evening, a couple of days after Xingong, but before we get to Hezhan.
Heshan.
Hezhan?
It's Xing'an and Heshan.
I don't have a thing for me to how to pronounce.
I will need to pronunciation guides to stick on the wiki, Beardy. At some point. For speaking of which,
I'll need to
shameless
double
plug
check
for the
that
wiki.
one.
Okay.
I'll need to double check the smaller town, but it's Xing'an and Chonglai
Zhonglai.
are the two big cities.
But yeah, somewhere in the middle between the two towns. I would like to do something in the evening.
Okay. Anyone else?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that as they ride along, Kurla will spend a decent amount of time just with her eyes closed, practicing just breathing exercises and trying to do the kind of visualization and centering and feeling things and letting the emotions flow through them that Jiro has been hinting towards and trying to get them to do, and that was the whole point of their little fight.
Nice.
After the second or third day, as we're traveling along the road, Petravian would have been abnormally quiet, sitting next to Vera, and I would hope that it would. He's just absolutely lost in not lost in thought, but just it takes him completely out of being in the moment. And on like the third day, sitting next to Vera, rolling along, Vera.
Yes, brother.
I don't know if I've ever asked straight to you, but what, aside from the past, what don't you like about the Edenites?
I mean, the past is a pretty important aspect of it, I will say.
Right.
So that's it. That's what I don't like about them.
Okay. What would you want of them? Other than just to be left alone.
Stop killing my family. Not to mention that technically I'm sure Eden is also part of this whole natural thing A eats thing B. That's the natural order of things, right? Is that a thing they believe in? Beardy?
I mean,
I want to verify
it's part
this
of nature, yeah.
so that
Yeah, I
Petravian
mean,
nature.
can know if that's actually
It's-
part of
Yeah.
It's part of nature, sure.
it. Which is completely, absolutely unfair.
Okay. Here's a thought. Remember you told me once, possibly even twice, what happens to a parasite? Just roll with me on this. In the hive, what happens to a parasite?
What kind of parasite are we talking about?
One that threatens the hive.
It gets dealt with. Simple.
Correct. Right. What happened in the past?
I mean,
the previous hives. What happened?
they were attacked by Edenites.
Yes. Why?
'Cause they didn't believe in the same thing, probably. They rather than being talked to about it, they're just like, oh, we're just gonna kill them. They must believe in something crazy.
I think that's a.
They were
I think you might.
they were jumping to conclusions, and yes, we were doing things that weren't the perfect things, but we could have worked it out, I'm sure.
What
These are
were
people
those
in desperate
things?
need of change. They did what they had to.
Right. Do you... From my knowledge, I believe... From what I understand, those previous hives drank too deeply of the honey.
I mean, I don't
Is
think
that
so.
not something that could happen?
I doubt that everyone would be drinking too much honey. If people would see what happens if you drink too much. It can either be very good momentarily or very bad instantaneously.
Okay. Do you remember when we first happened upon the... Oh, no, shoot, that was
That was
outside of our knowledge.
Marcus.
That was Marcus, sorry.
Are you doing all right, brother?
Sorry.
Marcus is a ghost that just possesses Petravian periodically.
So, if these hives get out of control or aren't able to, if they, let's say they did drank of the royal honey and went off kilter, went rogue, and weren't able to control what they were given, what should happen? What could happen, and what should someone do?
Well, I mean, we're assuming that they are out of control. Like that would mean that they are potentially parasites, or potentially they just need help. So we have to make the judgment based on that. And Vera's getting defensive. Bring her arms, crossing her arms.
You're absolutely right. It should be based on helping, right?
Yes.
And that's what we should show the Edenites. Right?
That's what we do. We help people we need to, and we get rid of the people that are going to ruin the entire fucking world.
Well, yeah, but I think we need to show them that we're not... It's more that we don't need to be controlled. It's that there's nothing needing containing or controlling at all. Right?
We don't need to be contained.
Exactly.
See, we're on the same point there.
But we need to open a dialogue with them. We need to communicate with them. We can't just do our own thing.
Well, what would you even say?
And that's what I'm working on. And I just wanted to get on the right page with you. That you're at least interested in talking to them.
I mean, I prefer not to, like I said.
I know, but...
I mean, Gigarian seems good. He helped us out.
Well, true. But isn't open dialogue and open communication is the first step to having a good relationship and a more harmonious connection?
Maybe, but what do Edenites even have to offer us?
Friendship?
I mean, that's a sweet sentiment, brother. But
why hesitate? Why not look for an olive branch?
how do I know if I grab it, I'm not going to get stabbed by another pitchfork?
Another?
I need to make sure that my siblings are safe. I don't want to go into just any other family and be betrayed later on. That's the entire reason I'm in this family, because I can trust this one.
I understand how you feel. Being vulnerable isn't easy. It's not. But sometimes being vulnerable opens doors to new things. Just think on that, okay?
Well, then tell me this, brother.
Hmm.
Why do you vouch for them so much? Why even need Eden? You have a family
Because
here.
Because even when you know my past, you know what I did. Even then, even after all I had to do was ask for help. All I had to do was be vulnerable. And they accepted me. No questions asked.
Eden or the Edenites?
The Edenite. Both. I just had to reach out.
Brother, I hope you know that I have full faith in you. But I need you to show me that I can trust these people.
Well,
I trust you because you're family.
but I've also earned your trust, and I understand that. But I mean, it's a little difficult out here in Kintao, but one day, I'd love for you just think about it, just reaching out to Eden. Just don't have to, but you might find something there. Just to talk.
The only worship I can give is to my sister. That's the only one that truly deserves it. She was always there for me.
Yeah.
When I would have died. Every other god that I knew that I shouted for and screamed for did nothing.
And for that, I am truly sorry. That no one came to your aid. Except for Malefera. And I want it to be different. I want it to be different for us. And I think we can make it different.
Maybe we can. But only time will tell. As I said, we've already seen more interaction with a few other religions. Like I said, Gigarian did help us in our time of need. I think that he can be trusted.
True.
I've heard stories of people from the light, and our morals seem to be the same, although the people in Parthenae seem to have a giant stick up their ass. So
Maybe use that as a... I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same, but I believe it can be if we give it the opportunity. Just to reach out.
Alright, is there anyone in particular that you want to reach out to?
I reached out to Corona. And that's who saved me.
Yeah, I've talked to Corona before.
So?
He didn't seem to have the best view on my siblings, to put it lightly. It definitely wasn't 100% yes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True. But if you reach out, who better if you can convince him? I think it would go a long way. I really do.
I mean, I've already helped Corona out. That should be enough, shouldn't it? I mean,
Well, you're not
pre-released-ish, though, so that wasn't true.
But you're not looking. But you're not looking to help him. You're not looking to get anything from them. You're just reaching out for friendship, that's all.
But why, though? Why would I do that? Like, I already have everything I need.
When you limit yourself to everything that you need, you wall yourself off to the possibilities of everything else. You narrow you narrow your view and your vision.
So you want me to be besties with Corona? Just chum it up in the holy city or some shit?
Get best bitches.
I'm not gonna say you're gonna be braiding each other's hair,
He's got a lot of it.
but it never hurts to have a friend to call, right?
I mean, I guess not.
Possibilities, exactly. Possibilities. That's all.
I mean, I already have you here, though, so can't you just talk to Eden for me?
I tell you what. I can be there with you. I can help bridge the gap.
Like, can't you just be friends with Corona and then
But you see,
by proxy
that's-
it goes on to me instead?
yeah, I mean, I could be that crutch for you. And he has a bit of a smirk. But I believe in you. I believe that you can. I believe that you can lead us. I believe that you can lead us into a new frontier. I know it's scary. And it'll be uncomfortable as hell.
Fine, I'll
And I will
fucking talk to your
enjoy it.
Edenite friends, okay? You fucking happy? Fuck off, Petravian. God. Fuck.
Oh, I'm
Fine.
he just has this like, I'm proud of you.
If you keep
kind of
fucking
like-
smiling at me, I'm going to punch you in the face, brother. I know it's been a
Would it
while,
make
so
you
you may
feel
have
better?
forgotten how it feels.
You know what would it make you feel better?
Is it for you to stop smiling?
I can't. I'm just so proud of you. But I will stop smiling if you want me to stop smiling.
You're not going to, like... I've seen you try to stop smiling. It comes right fucking back. In your fucking stupid face.
This is adorable.
Hold on, here you go. Here, I'll stop smiling.
This is such a sibling relationship. It's just fantastic.
Is there anything else Petravian's gonna say? Otherwise,
Nope. I just like,
Let it simmer.
yep, leave it alone.
Poke the badger another day.
Yes.
Well,
Plant that seed and watch it grow.
The steroid enraged honey badger.
I didn't say it.
You laughed.
Oh.
So
Sorry.
that took place on the 3rd. You said a couple days into this trip.
Yes.
Okay.
The first night there was the conversation that Kurla was going to have with Lovette. If that's okay.
Sorry. Say that one more time.
The first night there was going to be the conversation that Kurla had with Lovette as well.
Okay. Sure.
When they made camp for the evening.
Okay. So
So
on the first night of the trip, in the Vardo.
So Kurla will head over to
Lovette
Lovette.
just
It's
spinning
a
on the
clockwork
table.
Lovette.
spinning on the table.
Rotating on the table. I was thinking rotating over the table like a pickup.
He was going to ask how you were doing, but I just don't know how to interpret that.
Well, you touch it and then I teleport over here and the cutscene starts.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
That's how it works. It fades to black. It fades back in. Pans the camera.
Stop
great.
that.
So, in all the shite that went down with that which hungers and, me, I said it again, didn't I? Fuck. All the shite that went down with that which hungers and killing Petravian, nearly killing him. I'll get him next time. Wink.
You mean was his shackles all right now?
Right, that. Best leave that alone, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So okay.
I haven't had much chance to ask you how Archie is doing and how all of that is going.
I guess he's fine, right? I mean, I don't know, not good. It's a lot to deal with, and I'm trying not to think about it.
May I ask what you're doing to try and fix it?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure how to really explain this simply. I'm building a machine for it, and
But-
yeah, the Voska's helping me with.
What, Rez put you in touch with him or something?
Now he came into contact with me, but I don't know about this machine. It makes sense. It comes together. It mostly seems like it would work, but I don't understand why you will give it to me. Why this is happening? I've been trying not to think about it, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm about to explode.
Is it that you feel you're not worthy of his involvement, or...?
Nobody is wealthy. Kaya, this machine makes souls.
That's a hell of a thing.
What's the difference between us anymore? When I complete it,
I'm not following.
what makes them gods in us? If we can make things like this,
Riz is staring from their bed.
I don't know what to do.
So many things I could say here, several of which I think you'd find quite hurtful, so I'm going to try and gather
Try me. I'm in a moment of crisis. There's so much going on right now.
I was going to say that you'd never minded playing God in the past, but that's a little bit cold.
I will not deny my curiosity, and I have walked towards these paths, and that's what's confusing me. It's been rewarded.
I don't imagine that... I mean, I can't speak for Vaska. I don't know him personally. I don't know all that much about him. He wasn't one of the ones that was given that much attention where I grew up, but I can't imagine he'd give you power that he wasn't prepared for you to use in
Yes, so
a
what does this
constructive
mean?
way. I don't think he's trying to elevate you to godhood. I think there are other things that separate you from deification.
Like what? Immortality? That's easy. The Balk is immortal.
Perspective,
He's got that.
for one.
Well, yes, this is certainly an exercise in perspective.
Do you know for certain that this device can create souls in general and it's not just localized to Archie? Are you sure that it has that kind of like wide-reaching power, that it's not a very limited application?
It is an immeasurably complex device. I don't know exactly what the limitations are.
Okay.
They could make more than souls. This might be how worlds are made, I don't know.
May I suggest you're overthinking it slightly, perhaps? I know you do that.
There's a lot of thinking to be done. I mean, it's kind of hard to find the middle ground right now. I'm trying not to overthink it, but there's a lot that the right amount is still done. And I told you, I mean, I'm trying not to think about it for this reason. I'm already having such a great time here with everything being so beautiful and just like I imagined and everything, like we had imagined.
The fact that you are thinking through all the implications of it, I think is a positive thing. I'm glad that you're not just jumping on it and going off all half-cocked.
I think that people have underestimated the amount of thinking I have done for this in the past. Of course, I've been thinking about it. It's a lot to think about.
Look, as I said earlier, Kurla will just lift up their wrist and like slip back their sleeve to show the best bitches bracelet.
Yes, the bracelets. Yes.
You want to know? Keep this between us, right?
Yes.
This was not the last one in the shop. It was not the only one in the shop. I was kind of hoping that we would become
and
friends.
more best bitches bracelets. I didn't think they would be so popular.
The point is, I could have chosen other ones, and I chose that one because I thought it was A, quite funny, and B, I was hoping that we would actually get a little bit closer at some point.
Do you not think we're closer?
Certainly than we were, yes. My point is, as I said earlier, I care about you, and I care about Archie, so I want to help you with this.
Right, Archibald. But Archibald is not doing well. I mean, he's not him. I don't have to worry about him, being depressed about killing things for a while. And I guess that's a silver lining, but I don't like it.
I don't think that's a silver lining at all, and I'm glad that you don't like it, because him losing agency is not something to celebrate.
No, but we're going to have to be doing a lot of it, and he's very good at it, and it was not good for his development. The smashing is not over.
Ah, that's true. We've got a lot of things ahead of us that we're probably not going to enjoy. My point is this: I want to help you.
Well, okay. I appreciate it.
I
don't know. It's a big ordeal.
I don't know what I can do to be of help to you, because all of the mechanics of this, all of the construction, the engineering, those blueprints might as well be in fucking, I don't know, a language that I don't speak or read. But I do have some insights into life and death and the soul. I do have some abilities there.
You said that you can see and speak to your sister.
There are things. Yes. I could locate the pieces of her soul.
Do you think that you can? How do you identify it?
It's difficult. I don't fully have an intellectual sense of it. A lot of it is instinct. But there are things that I can do relating to the soul. There are things that I just know. And that power might grow in the future. And I am placing that at your disposal if it's going to help Archie. And maybe it won't. Maybe it's all well above my pay grade. Maybe it's only something that you and Vasket can work out or raise with their power, because gods know they're a powerful one. But if I can be of assistance with that, if what I know and what I can do now or in future helps, let me help. And if it helps to have a sounding board for all of the philosophical questions that you're considering, you know, whether or not this is going to change who you are or it's too much power for one person, all of that. It's better to have
I'm
that.
going to change, aren't I?
It's better to have that out than in, is my point.
I didn't even think about that. I'm going to. What's going to happen? What am I going to be like? I'm not in the habit of enlisting help, but you know, there might be something. I don't know how to know if it does what it's supposed to do. I built 2 people, and you know, I know they are not the same as us, but
Well,
I couldn't tell you how. Maybe, but you could, I guess. You have this ability.
I can try. They've always. I've made no secret of the fact that they've creeped me out a little bit.
Well, if something giving you the creeps is your indicator of it has a soul, I might want to more and be a good method, because I don't think you like spiders that much either. And I think they probably do.
As I reminded something recently, as I reminded myself as well, just because you're uncomfortable with something doesn't give you the right to be nasty towards it. And this machine of yours that you're trying to build for helping Archie, do you think it'll do more than that? You think it might help your Moira and your Mark too?
Maybe. There's a lot. Malchus never had a soul. I've thought about this many times. I don't know it doesn't feel that it's in my sight. The idea of being the one to give him that doesn't feel right anymore. I guess I knew with the one I built that it was just another automaton.
I mean, is it you creating the soul, or is it the soul coming into being because you've created something that channels godly energies that would usually be creating a soul?
It's a little more complex than that.
Well, help me to understand this, because I don't think that you're not the one putting forth the energy, right? You're building this thing and you're channeling godly energy that would create a soul by a normal method, but you know, you're doing it via this method instead.
Yes, it creates an arcane detective loop.
Pardon me?
Yes, I don't. That's why I didn't get into the nitty, because I don't think you're going to understand it if I do.
Well, help me to understand it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
So basically, it generates magic to generate magic.
Is that even possible?
I didn't think so, but then the god literally gave me the schematics, and it was not complete, but it was like, oh.
But you're sure it's generating magic? I mean, something can't come from nothing. You're sure it's not pulling in magic from Vasca or somewhere else?
But well, the way the generators work is that it's the movement creates energy. In this case, it is arcane movement.
Even then, you're priming a generator, aren't you, with something?
Yes.
I guess what
it is like a water power generator. If you put it in the stream, the stream needs to begin it moving. Or a wind generator, but its own movement starts generating its energy.
Well, that's still pulling from the natural world. That's not coming out from you.
Yes, but you just have to get it pushing. You just have to give it a push. And then it makes more.
My point is, the energy's not coming from you.
I don't think so.
And the device is not come from you either. You're building it in collaboration with Vasca by the sound of it.
Yes, I mean, the whole arcane redundancy thing I didn't think was possible, but that was the proof of concept there. The source of the energy is what I'm trying to figure out here.
Well, if I can help with that, if I can summon energy, you might not like where the energy that I summon comes from, but maybe that'll change sometime soon. Point is, if there is something that I can do, I'm going to have to research this as well. I'm going to have to think about this as well.
I mean, I don't know if you need to will you about it. If I have questions for you, I'll make sure they're specific.
Don't push me away, mate. I'm very good at pushing people away. I know when people are doing it to me.
It's not about pushing away, it's about being an expert.
I'm saying that I'm willing to try and gain more expertise.
Sure, but we've got a lot of things on our plate. This is like years of study. We've got like maybe a couple months.
What, we can't multitask?
Once we've finished with it, Alliance, if you want to huddle up in the library and help me figure this out, you are welcome to.
You're saying that as if I wouldn't be willing to do that once we save the world. Lovette's important. Lovette, you're important to me. Archie's important to me. Have I not made that abundantly clear to you? Because if I haven't,
No,
then
but
I'm telling you now.
We are not all going to be sitting in a library. I don't think that's where Liz will be.
The shifty eyes
No.
over here.
Still in the same room.
Well, yeah.
I'll make you a deal, alright? I will learn whatever I can learn, and I will try and figure out whatever I can figure out about the powers and the knowledge that I have, the insights that I have into life and death and the soul and all of that mystical bullshit. Sorry, Raz.
Just a slight annoyed face.
I say bullshit. I say it because I don't understand it, and when something I don't understand, if it's something I don't understand, it pisses me off. It's not actually
That
bullshit.
sounds very healthy.
Well, it's not, but I'm working on it, alright?
Okay, are you part of this conversation, Liz? I didn't want to.
I was trying not to impose, but you're kind of just in the main room.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter where we are. You still know what we're
Yeah,
talking
but like
about.
usually when people go into other rooms, like I mostly try to ignore if it's like not that juicy.
I wasn't trying to ignore you. I thought you and Gila were trying to have your own conversation.
Look,
Okay. What I said is right, though. Right? There's not a precedent for this. Is there? I've never heard of something like this before. Of a god giving a person this kind of power. And I don't think it's that simple.
I mean, most people don't exactly deal with me like you have.
Well, that's true. But have you ever encountered it? I would think if anyone has encountered something like this, it would be you.
I ask the gods for things all the time.
Have they given you, or anyone you know, the ability to make something like a soul? Like
I
a
have
new
no
person?
need of that.
Well, I'm not saying you would. No, but I'm just saying I've never heard of such a thing. I'm honored and frightened in equal measure. Not just. I appreciate the compliments. Kurla.
Let's just say, if a god is giving you something, do not think it makes you a god as well.
I'm
Jiro
not
raises a hand.
Go ahead, Jiro.
Jiro signs. People make souls all the time.
This is
could
true.
you elaborate on that, Jiro?
Oh,
Oh, right,
Jiro
sorry.
blushes.
That took me
Jiro
a moment
blushes
there.
a little bit.
That took me a moment. I tells you how often my mind goes on those matters that it takes me that long to figure it. I gotcha. You don't have to elaborate. Thank you, Jiro.
That's it! Jiro, you are a genius!
Lovette, I'm not helping you in that way. That's where I draw
I
a
know
line.
you just not. The power cells! I know what it is. I know it. I have to go. We have to talk about this later. I have to go. Thank you.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, for fuck's
Going away
sake.
too.
And the point that I was trying to make, Lovette, is that you don't have to do this alone, and that you shouldn't push people away, and that you should loop people in when you're working on things. And Kurla's just going to be like talking to the air at this point because they know Lovette's just long gone.
Jiro's gonna sign an apology to you, Kurla.
Bloody hellfire! You're fine, Jiro. She's always like that. I appreciate the I do. If you've helped her to help Archie, then God's bless you, mate. Kurla will turn to Riz. Did I make any sense in that conversation, or was I just talking to thin air?
Well, there were some statements that I'd say I'd agree on. Some I didn't, and felt slightly offended by.
I apologize, Rez. I'm not good at talking about this stuff, especially with the particular deity that my insight and power comes from. I apologize, though. I don't mean to reflect poorly on the ones that you worship.
I'm worried about Lovette. I think we
Oh.
should watch her in the coming days.
That we're in total agreement on. But your Vasca would not have given her something that she was likely to cock up, would he? Do you think?
Vasca is a smart person. If not a little jovial sometimes. I trust him.
She really isn't going to become a god, is she? Because that would be really problematic.
No.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
I would probably have to kill her.
Get in line. I mean, I'm fond of her. I am. I want to help her, but yeah, I'm wary of people having more power than they know what to do with. It's why I'm wary of myself. The difference is, Rez, you know what you're doing with it, or you put on a damn good impression if you don't.
They just wink.
On that note, I think I'll head to my room before I make another ass of myself, misunderstanding what Jiro means. Good night, you two.
Good night.
Jiro waves. Jiro looks to Riz and signs. I think I just made that worse by accident.
It is whatever. I think Lovette will hopefully find her solution the safest way possible without hurting anyone, and we'll see where it goes. But you have different inputs than the rest of us. I appreciate a different point of view, always. As long as you don't ask me to change, I'm happy.
Jiro nods.
Roll of the day.
Conversation
All right.
between Vera and Petravian occurs 2 days later.
Mm-hmm.
I can need more time now because this has inspired Lovette to want to take after a few days, probably after Petra and Vera, to talk to Riz at some point.
Okay. So, on the 3rd of November, you guys have the conversation on the road with Petravian and Vera, and then as the day moves on, you find you have arrived at Hishan, which is what appears to be a lovely little trade stop fishing village that's nestled between these two rivers meeting and forming a larger lake that seems to go on well past what you can see. So in a way, it almost feels like an ocean here almost, this long lake. You find yourself at the town of Hishan.
May I suggest we find a place to bed the horses and carts immediately and not run the risk of clogging up the main road again?
Of course.
Maybe even leave them outside the town?
Mm-hmm.
Or though...
It's a much smaller town, so you get the sense that they aren't going to have the same sense of urgency or the same kind of strict routines, maybe.
I don't know. We weren't really
Maybe.
prepared for it to begin with.
In either case, we find a place to leave the horses for the day. Are we exploring today?
I mean,
Is there something we need here?
Yeah.
I
We just
mean,
need to stay for the
Why
night.
not? When are we gonna be here next?
Oh, you know, the
Might as
world's
well-
just fucking ending.
I mean, yes, but
No,
It might
You-
be
you
nice to
don't-
stretch our legs for an hour or so before we get back on the road. Sorry, Beardy.
Yeah.
It seems
No, you're
like-
fine. I was saying you guys don't necessarily have to stay here. Staying here would add another day onto your trip. So
Oh, okay. I thought it was
nah.
like evening.
no, it's like midday.
Yes, perhaps if we could just stretch our legs.
have
for
some
a-
lunch and move along.
Actually, Lisa, would you mind coming with me? I'd talk to you about something.
sure. Let's that place looks like a fine eating establishment. Let's talk and eat, yes?
Okay, yes.
Sit down, have a meal, pretty much, kind of talk.
Do y'all have
Are y'all
the
chatting
money?
in private or?
I do,
Well,
Yeah, you do.
bitch.
yes.
I know what you do. You paying for everyone?
I'm paying for me and Lovette. We're having a private conversation, you whore. GTF.
Lovette will not push the privacy art to try and act exclusionary, but she is trying to get a private audience. Just
So, I've been working on this device now after the conversation with Kurla, and I'm coming. I thought the GL's input was really big, but I'm coming to. Maybe I'm on the wrong idea, and I think maybe you can help me there.
All right.
So, I don't know. I feel like I should have these answers myself already. But that's just fuck it. Let's go for it. Okay. So I apologize if you don't like if any of these questions make you uncomfortable. Just let me know and I'll stop.
All right. Let us go.
So like physiologically, how do you feel when you are with him? With your
um, like I am much younger than I actually am.
Okay. Is this a problem? Is this a bad
I don't. Riz just kind of pulls their mask up just a little bit more. Was there more questions?
I mean, now that I've said, is it just young girl? Not like Wham or whatever. It's been a very long time since I've been around Royal for real, and I am trying to make sure that I corroborate my own feelings.
I feel heart palpitations around him.
Okay, yes, that is right.
He makes me feel special with just the smallest of gestures. Like,
Okay,
just our shoulders brushing against each other, or he just looks at me.
God, I was so fucking stupid when I was young. I'm sorry.
What?
This is all just very familiar. I can't believe I didn't realize. That's not what this is about. I'm sorry. I put you on this spot enough. Thank you so much. Thank you for the meal. I can actually pay for it if you want me to.
Do you have the money?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, that kind of money. Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had them. They just put some of their clay coins and the paper money down. They just stare at you. Was there more to what you needed to talk to me about?
No, that's not fun. I mean, we can just chat if you want. I didn't mean to.
What? I am so very confusion. Okay,
Okay, Kurla did tell me this whole thing about not letting people. Okay, well, I don't know. He gave me a good idea, but I'm starting to think maybe I was being stupid. But we were talking about energy sources and the recurse of energy sources, things that come from the soul and generate soul energy. And I just, when she also what he said, I thought, well, that's peculiar, pretty incredible. And then I thought, well, what if the powering element is love?
well, we could talk to Prenia.
I suppose that would probably be the next step, wouldn't it?
Never really ended up being that close to her, but I still appreciate her.
I've got a kind of weird relationship with Premier, actually.
Please.
Gods bless you.
Please continue on about Prenia.
Oh, I don't really want to.
Oh.
Her holiday is a kind of a bad day for me.
They tilt their head.
Oh, well, I guess I should. Do you want me to explain
Estrella
all this?
Day is only on this
Oh,
world.
it's Estrella Day.
Which one
Wait.
is here?
But are they related? Am my brain make that connection
Prenia's
incorrectly?
Estrella Day. Prenia's it's Valentine's Day.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes, there. Do they not have any holidays for?
Yes, but
What?
which one? There are
Is-
plenty all around the world.
It's still Estrella Day. It was always kind of a weird day for me, and it's only gotten weirder.
Well,
You look like you don't know it.
I'm sorry you've experienced that.
It's just bad luck, you know? Just poor timing.
I'm not exactly sure what happened, but Prenia is not just love, Lovette. It is also kindness. It is love of friendship, love of neighbor, yes? Caring about another. This could be romantic, or this could be familial, or friendshipial. Lol.
Platonic.
That's the one.
Agape, philia.
Yes, exactly.
Eros.
I was like, I don't think I can do those because they're very, they're very Greek. Greek, Roman, Greek or Roman?
Greek.
Greek. Okay, thank
Greek.
you. So,
Well, that's
The Romans are more about virtus.
Indeed.
They didn't care so much about love.
And whipping folks as they run through the streets on Lupercalia in order to make them more fertile. But, sorry.
so, I mean, perhaps Prenia is with you without you noticing it as much because it is not just like, oh, I love you, I want to marry you, and
well, I mean, that's what happened. Is we got engaged, and then the next day she turned on a horrible monster, and I had to kill her.
I'm so sorry.
who?
My God.
Well, she's fine now. You fixed it.
No, she's not fine. No, I didn't fix it.
Oh dear.
Very confusion. Okay,
Myla you met is not lady, you know,
well,
the person I've known.
okay. Okay, is there someone else you feel this way too? Now? Has something
Now?
come up? Yes.
No. What
Oh.
do you mean?
Well, I mean,
No.
you're asking me how I'm feeling. I'm.
Yes, because I haven't. It's been a long time since I've been around Myla. It's been a long time since I've been around Sol, and I don't really remember. I don't remember how it feels. I mean, I guess I do, but I was starting to worry that it was getting numb, and well, if I've got to build a device in which these are the same feelings of power, I kind of want to make sure I get some play.
Well, Did the other one die? That's the statue person, yes?
Yes, they did. Wait, I hope not. I don't think so. There's been a few else, and they were really strong when I saw them.
Okay, well, whatever
They just
love of
put it in.
friends
That's
or past you have, maybe tap into that, I guess, if you think love is the answer to your
Well, I mean, I
fuel?
tried.
Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking about? Fuel?
Yeah, that's the other part of it. And I don't know how to make that work. Like, I don't know what I do with the feelings. I don't know how to excrete the... No. That was a poor choice of words. You see, the problem I am running into.
Lovette, have you already built this object?
I beat the draft, but I took the belt already.
Okay. How about you just start with drafts? Start the small machine that works up to the big machine to figure out how it works, and perhaps asking Voska for guidance to collaborate. You don't have to just have one and done conversation with him. You can.
Oh, we've talked a couple of times, although I feel
You
like he's
have.
doing most of the... Well, I mean, I come back to the cube sometimes, and there are other notes already in the paper. It still doesn't show up like with the smoke in the file, but
You are doing just fine, Lovette. Just keep working as you are. You will figure this out.
do you think I make it so you have to stick it in, like, you know? I don't... No, that doesn't make sense.
I hate
Wait,
this.
what is... I think the amount of it, you know...
I am full. I am actually full. What a meal. Wow. Well, this was a lovely meal, Lovette. Whatever you
okay.
plan on sticking in a machine, please ask for, as Kurla would say, consent first. Okay. There stands up.
machine.
Alright. I don't know how you're gonna harvest love. You can talk to some other gods about that, or you can, work through your own feelings with that. Maybe talk to Voska again. Talk to Voska again, yes?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course!
So, how do I speak with Paulinia?
You can, Alright, come here. And Riz holds out a hand.
You see, when two people love each other very much.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle. This one I am less practiced in, so please, if this does not do much, because I am kind of not tapping into my power as much lately, we're
If
gonna
you're
try
doing
it the
this,
traditional way.
Okay, good. I don't want you to help yourself.
Alright.
Oh,
And Riz kind of walks Lovette away from people. Takes their staff and starts drawing in the... Is there any dirt patches around here, or is it all just fucking grass?
Perfectly.
There
cute.
are dirt patches in the town, yeah.
Alright. Gonna have a tiny little dirt patch that I draw a pretty little heart symbol on. And I stand in it. I kind of observe how short Lovette is. I kneel down. And I hug her. And then, I'm like, just kind of concentrate on the love we have as friends. And, try to reach out with that feeling, the feeling you have in your chest when you care for someone. Call out to her that way, okay? Don't fucking... I'm gonna stop if you laugh about these.
This is Grem laughing. Lovette doesn't laugh at all. Lovette hugs back very sincerely and in some slight amount of confusion goes, Paulinia!
Oh, no! I wanna die.
Beautiful.
Riz just releases.
Why did
Do
you
they?
fall so long?
Did you
Why
feel
you call
anything?
out? I was really confused.
Releases in the hug. Okay.
I'm gonna take a long walk, okay? You focus on that feeling. Don't maybe verbally call out next time, and
The feeling doesn't
just try to
feel
reach
like
out to
I'm
her mentally.
comfortable.
Okay, bye,
It
Lovette.
doesn't
Oh
feel
my
super
god.
good. I don't like this.
Vera's currently on the cart, throwing good beetles at both Kurla and Petravian.
My drink.
I said I don't want any, for fuck's sake, Vera.
They're delicious.
They're
They're not.
good for you.
And I should bloody know.
You haven't had any.
Yeah, and I don't want any, and I'm the one who used to eat rotten meat all the bloody time.
Why
I
don't
should
you
tell
try
someone
one?
about the way-
Just try
I-
one.
Try
God's
one.
damn.
Try
I
one.
Beetle.
don't want one. I don't want it. Thank you. No, thank you. I'll be fine. I need to go and have a word with Lovette anyway. So just, no, bye. Kurla will walk off and track towards
I'm gonna throw one more. See if I can.
Lovette.
See if
and I
can
guess
long
past
distance
Riz,
hit
going the other
Kurla.
direction.
I catch one of the beetles. Oh.
Apples.
What does that even taste like?
Apples?
Alright, maybe I will try one later, but anyway. Kurla will approach Lovette, still, I assume, standing in the Prenia symbol
Red
circle.
face, just confused and embarrassed.
Me too.
So-
I don't think I did that right, Greta.
I'm guessing you didn't either. I don't think I want to know what went down here.
Oh, okay. I don't read your start.
Alright. I was just wondering if you had the bracelets done, that's all.
Oh yes, I did those last night actually.
Do you have them on you, or... Come on, you got the stuff, I get the money if you got the stuff. No? Or-
I was gonna say they're in the part. I was like, that's not how that works. I was like, well, they could be in the cube, but all right, yeah.
Just a moment.
We'll go into my cube and climb back out.
All right. When you
So weird.
when you go in your cube, something has changed.
Uh-oh.
Someone's robbed your cube.
As you go to your blueprints, you see there's been more scribbles on them. Was it titled before?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a title scribbled on the top now.
Okay.
It's listed as the multiphasic oscillating thaumaturgic harmonic innervation resonator.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what I would call it. Or the for short. Well, I'll take a note of that. Like, stop for a second and then
Like the bracelets.
come back with those. I think that I've not only filigreed or like engraved them with what you asked, but I've tried to incorporate like sort of an aesthetic style that I've seen from like art and architecture and stuff around. Try to create the same sort of patterns and stuff along those sides of them.
Kurla will take them and look at them and just... You did a nice job with these, thank you. I'll let you get back to standing in timeout or whatever it is you're doing.
It was just the heart circle or heart shape, I suppose.
Right, you have fun with that. Kurla will tuck them away. And remember, if you need to talk, or if I can help, I am here.
You sound like
Yeah.
you're asking about something.
I'm not asking about anything, I'm just saying, like, involve us. We're all fair for you. You don't have to be
Are you
doing
sure?
things... Why wouldn't I be sure?
Alright, Kurla, what do you know about love?
About a particular type of love, or...
No.
I know fuck all about romantic or sexual love, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my sister I love more than life.
Okay. How do you feel when you think about that? Or when you talk to her?
It's...
Physiologically.
It's hard to divorce it from the grief and the guilt unpacking all of that is difficult, but
Okay, yeah,
if I
that's
think
helpful.
about the best times that I had with her, especially the moments we'd sneak out and look at the stars, then that I just feel lighter. My heart just feels like
But
it
see-
could burst with light.
See,
Everything just feels right. I'm sorry, you go ahead. You
well, you
say
said
it.
something interesting there. You think the grief and the guilt feel stronger?
I don't think they're stronger, I think they're more distracting. I think they get in the
They're
way of
very
feeling.
pressing. I mean, I wouldn't disagree.
They get in the way. They're
Yeah,
not
I've been
stronger,
thinking
they're
about
just
this all the time.
louder. That's
Well, yeah, I mean, why would they be louder?
because of what I did.
I mean, we all done things, Kurla. This is an interesting point. I think maybe I was thinking about this earlier on. I'd have to make some comparative drafts. Because there's a lot of feelings to go around, aren't there? And if I can find out how to power a machine with feelings, I just have to worry about whatever is the strongest one.
If you might be looking at things a little bit too pragmatically there, I don't think
It's a machine, Kyle. There's no other way to look at it.
if you're building a machine and you think it's going to be powered by feelings, I would recommend making sure that it's coming from positive feelings. And I can tell you that love is going to be a lot stronger than guilt or grief.
I don't know about that. Well, I certainly think about it, but it takes all kinds of things to make a person, to make a soul.
You want to start them off on the right foot, though, don't you?
I want to make sure it works.
I mean, if you think about what Jero said and souls that come into the world through more biological machinery, that doesn't come from an act of grief, does it? It's supposed to be an act of love. It's an act of grief. I think you're probably doing it wrong.
It still makes a person.
I worry about you. I really do.
I notice this, Kurla. Sometimes I wish you would just allow me to, you would trust me to be able to make my own judgment, because I don't want to just look at the positive side because it makes me feel better. Petravian does this very often, and I think sometimes it leads to folly.
I'm not telling you to. I'm not only looking at the positive side. I'm not telling you that you should look on the bright side of life. I'm just telling you that you need to be careful about the forces that you're preparing to harness, and you need to think about.
You don't have to worry about that, Kurla. I have every intention to be as careful as a person can be. I do not take this lightly. I'm quite overwhelmed by it all. But I also, the more I think about it, the more I know I must not fail.
On that, we definitely agree.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your help. That is not so useful.
I'm still going to be thinking about this and looking into it as best I can.
Okay, I appreciate it. I still encourage you to prioritize, our overall goals and your personal goals.
Because I'm not likely to do that unless you remind. Thank you for the advice, Lovette. I accept it in the spirit in which it was given.
She have come to me about this a couple of times. I never came to you about it yet, which is not to say that I don't trust you, Vera. I just didn't. I think I got this for now. I appreciate it.
Alright. Well, thank you for the bracelets.
You're welcome.
Kurla will walk away.
And
muttering
as-
to themselves.
And as Kurla walks away, muttering, a figure watches the group from a distance. And that's where we're going to fade to black.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time.